Want to learn a lot of information in a single video? Subscribe to Zarpado, we're starting. Zarpado 65 is a Portuguese collective dedicated to teaching graffiti to seniors, with a special focus on women. Their goal is to promote social inclusion through art, providing participants with a way to express themselves creatively. In addition to empowering seniors, Zarpado 65 transforms urban spaces through social art, creating murals that reflect community stories and values. The Lake Crowley columns, located in California, are impressive geological formations that reach up to 20 feet in height. These unique structures were formed approximately 760,000 years ago as a result of volcanic eruptions and the action of steam. The columns are connected by natural arches, creating a dramatic and fascinating landscape. Edson Aurelio is a decorative painter recognized for his ability to transform blots into complex works of art. His unique style is characterized by giving shape and structure to what initially appears to be chaos, creating striking visual compositions full of detail. Through his technique, he manages to transform the abstract into something profoundly aesthetic, capturing the attention and admiration of those who observe his work. Wingsuit athletes defy gravity by jumping from great heights, using only their specialized suit to control their descent. Unlike other aerial sports, they do not rely on a parachute to slow their fall, but instead rely on the aerodynamics of their suit to maneuver and steer their flight. Mount Huashan in China is a sacred mountain famous for its extreme hiking trails. Its narrow paths, walkways suspended over chasms, and steep staircases offer both a physical and mental challenge. It attracts adrenaline-seeking adventurers as well as pilgrims seeking a spiritual connection. Steak tartare is a traditional French dish consisting of finely chopped raw beef. It is often accompanied by capers, onion, egg yolk, and a variety of seasonings, which enhance its fresh and delicate flavor. Served raw, it is prized for its freshness and the quality of the meat used. Although its preparation is simple, the combination of ingredients and the texture of the meat make this dish a unique experience for lovers of gourmet cuisine. In Romania, the Mary Cemetery of Săpunța challenges conventional ideas about final resting places by presenting a vibrant and colorful setting. Its graves, made of wooden planks painted mostly in a deep turquoise blue, are adorned with humorous drawings that reflect significant or funny moments in the lives of those who rest there. Ciabatta, originally from Italy, is a bread notable for its flat, rectangular shape. Its exterior features a crispy crust, while its interior is light and spongy, filled with large air spaces that give it a unique, airy texture. This bread is highly prized for its distinctive flavor and consistency. In the Amazon rainforest lives the Pirahã tribe, an isolated group with a unique characteristic. They have no words for counting. There is no one, two, or many. They only use vague terms like few or more than one. They also have no grammatical past or future tense in their language. They live in an eternal present. Linguists still don't understand how they can hunt, survive, and remember without number systems or time references. Saksun is a village lost between mountains and fjords in a frozen corner of the North Atlantic. The curious thing is that all their houses are covered with roofs of living grass. Yes, grass literally grows on the homes as if they were part of the landscape. This isn't just aesthetic, it serves as thermal and acoustic insulation, and even as a refuge for birds. It looks like a set from The Lord of the Rings, but it's 100% real. The white cobra, also known as the albino cobra, is a rare variant of the traditional cobra, distinguished by its white or cream-colored skin. This characteristic is due to a genetic change that prevents the production of the usual pigment, giving it a unique and standout appearance within its species. Clouds known as sky punch, or fall streak holes, are rare atmospheric phenomena that appear as large, rounded, or oval-shaped voids in the upper layers of the sky. This effect occurs in high clouds, such as altocumulus or cirrocumulus, when water that remains liquid at sub-zero temperatures abruptly freezes into ice crystals. Although forests are popularly considered the lungs of the planet, It's actually the oceans that play that vital role. These vast bodies of water generate between half and almost 4/5 of the oxygen we need to live, thanks to the photosynthetic activity of marine organisms like phytoplankton. The air car, developed by Klein Vision, represents a revolutionary advance in personal mobility by combining the capabilities of a car and an airplane into a single device. Equipped with a 1.6-liter BMW engine generating 160 horsepower, this hybrid vehicle can fly at speeds close to 125 miles per hour. It also offers an aerial range of nearly 620 miles, positioning it as a futuristic option for fast and versatile travel. The African elephant has the longest pregnancy of all animals, lasting 22 months. This extended period is necessary due to its size and the complex development of the fetal brain. During this time, the pregnant elephant allows its calf to grow sufficiently to survive in the wild. The long process also ensures that the newborn elephant has the physical and mental capabilities necessary to cope with life in the wild. The Dolce by Wyndham Hanoi Golden Lake is a luxury hotel in Hanoi, Vietnam, renowned for its unique and opulent design. Its facade is covered with more than 1.3 million square feet of 24-karat gold, earning it the title of the only hotel in the world with gold-plated tiles, according to the International Union of Records. The wristwatch for the blind is specifically designed to be a speaker that tells you the time when you need it. The blue-footed booby is a species of seabird that inhabits the Galapagos Islands. Its most distinctive feature is its bright blue feet, which become even more intense during courtship season. Males display their feet in a courtship ritual, where the more vibrant the blue, the more attractive the individual is considered. Quad ball, formerly known as Quidditch, is a sport inspired by the Harry Potter universe. It is played between two teams of 7 players each, who must maneuver with sticks between their legs. The main objective is to score points by throwing a ball through hoops located at the ends of the field, while the snitch, a ball tied to a neutral runner, must be caught to score additional points. The Dragon Reservoir, located in the Alentejo region of Portugal, is a body of water notable for its serpentine, dragon-like shape. In addition to being an important source of water and energy, this reservoir has become a popular tourist destination. It offers various activities such as sailing, fishing, and landscape observation, making it a perfect place to enjoy nature and the tranquility of the surroundings. The great hornbill is a bird native to Southeast Asia, known for its distinctive curved beak and prominent casque atop its beak. Its plumage is primarily black, while its face is a bright red. This bird is famous for its loud call, which can be heard over long distances, and is found in tropical forests where it plays an important role in seed dispersal. In Nebraska, there is an officially registered town with a census, a mayor's office, a library, and a single inhabitant, Elsie Eiler, who is simultaneously the mayor, the librarian, the bartender, and the only citizen. She issues her own liquor license and pays taxes to keep the town legally active. If you go to Manawai, you will literally be the most noticeable outsider there. In 1938, an episode called Popeye the Sailor Meets Sinbad the Sailor aired, in which Popeye fights a monster. However, an alternate, unaired version exists where Popeye uses a sword to cut off the villain's head, clearly animated and bloody. This cut was withdrawn from circulation because it was considered too violent for the time. Can a bear be an official member of an army? Yes, and his name was Wojtek. He was adopted by Polish soldiers in Iran and ended up traveling with them all the way to Italy. The most incredible thing, he carried ammunition crates in the middle of combat without fear of enemy fire. He ate the same food as the soldiers, drank beer, and liked to smoke cigarettes, although he didn't light them. Wojtek was promoted to corporal, received his salary and rations, and was decorated. Located in southern India, Oroville was founded as a utopian experiment where there is no private property, no currency, and no organized religion. The idea is to live in harmony, sharing resources, and guided by collective spiritual progress. The center of the village has a giant golden sphere called the Matrimandir, which functions as a meditation space. More than 50 nationalities live there, and no one can buy land or earn a salary. During the final years of the Third Reich, the desperation to win the war led to the creation of absurd occult projects. One of the most delusional was the so-called Occult Lebensborn project, in which, according to files leaked by defectors, an attempt was made to use fresh corpses and esoteric techniques to reanimate them. They supposedly blended Norse runes, pagan rituals, and experimental electrical technology. In the mountains of Portugal, there is a group of prehistoric houses called Casas do Penedo, literally built between and under rocks weighing hundreds of tons. They look like something out of the Flintstones, but they are habitable, real, and used by shepherds. Strangely enough, some have no electricity, cell phone service, or marked paths, but they are registered as legal addresses, living in a rock, and having it function as a home. Beyond the military, Hitler designed a plan called Operation Gomorrah, which included wiping out entire cities, out of personal revenge, architectural beauty, or cultural symbolism. Among those selected were Oxford, Paris, and Prague. The reason? He said they were too beautiful for enemies to live in. He even ordered some cathedrals to be bombed simply because they represented the soul of the enemy. In this frozen Alaskan village, the 200 inhabitants live in a single building called Baggage Towers. The supermarket, school, post office, church, and even the police station are all within the same complex. The reason? Storms and extreme cold prevent outdoor living. For weeks on end, people are unable to leave the building, so the entire village literally lives under the same roof. One of the lesser-known methods of Nazi espionage was the use of tactical theater teams. These were units specialized in infiltrating occupied villages, posing as Allied troops, refugees, or even priests. Their mission was to spread rumors, instill fear, or gain the trust of entire populations, and then betray them. On the island of Bali, the people of Trunyan have a macabre tradition. They neither bury nor cremate their dead. They are placed in open-air bamboo cages at the foot of an ancient tree called Taramanyan, which supposedly neutralizes the smell of decomposing bodies. The place is as disturbing as it is hypnotic. Human bones among flowers, skulls lined up by the lake, and a silence that seems sacred or cursed. At the 1912 Stockholm Olympics, Japanese athlete Shiso Kanekuri competed in the marathon, but due to extreme heat and lack of hydration, he collapsed along the way and was cared for by a Swedish family. Ashamed, he quietly returned to Japan without notifying the organizers, who officially reported him missing. Years passed, and in 1967, he was found by Swedish journalists who invited him to finish the marathon he had abandoned 55 years earlier. In the city of Tartu, there is a neighborhood called Supalin, which translates as Soup City. Why? Because all its streets are named after ingredients. Carrot Street, Potato Street, Pea Street, Onion Street. It's a bohemian town full of street art, spoon graffiti, food festivals, and murals with real recipes painted on the walls. On the volcanic island of Miyakojima, south of Tokyo, its 2,500 inhabitants live on one of the most active sulfur dioxide zones on the planet. Since the volcano erupted in 2000, the air has been so polluted that all residents must wear gas masks. Even to go to work or school, alarms sound every time the gas levels rise. And yet, no one wants to leave. Festima is a colorful festival celebrating the mysterious and fascinating African masks. It takes place in Dédougou, Burkina Faso, and brings together cultures from across West Africa. Dances, drums, and rituals fill the streets with ancient magic. The masks represent spirits, legends, and sacred traditions. It's a unique celebration where the past comes alive with every movement. The Shark Jet Ski is an innovative, shark-shaped water vehicle designed to travel both above and below water, It features a powerful engine that allows it to reach high speeds on the surface and dive to explore the underwater environment. Ideal for extreme water sports, it combines the thrill of jet skiing with the adventure of diving, offering a unique experience for those seeking adrenaline and marine exploration. The Christ the King of Poland, located in Świebodzin, is an imposing 108-foot-high statue, reaching 172 feet including the pedestal. Its height symbolizes Jesus' 33 years of life, surpassing the famous Christ the Redeemer in Brazil. Inaugurated in 2010, it was promoted by priest Sylwester Zawadzki. The Moscow guppy is a variety of ornamental fish bred in Russia, known for its vibrant colors that include shades of blue, black, and purple. Males are particularly colorful, while females tend to be larger. This fish is popular in aquariums due to its beauty and ease of care. The mouse deer is a small and elusive mammal that lives in the forests of Southeast Asia. It is notable for its tiny size, with some adult specimens weighing no more than 4.4 pounds, making it one of the smallest ruminants in the world. Its mouse-like appearance with large ears and a compact body is perfectly adapted to its forested environment and herbivorous diet. George Iser, a gymnast from the United States, participated in the 1904 Games with a wooden leg. That same day, he competed in the parallel bars, vault, rope, horse, and vertical climbing. He won 6 medals, including 3 gold, all in less than 24 hours and without a real leg. Located in the Russian Arctic, Shoina is a coastal village where the desert takes over the houses. Literally, strong winds carry so much sand that the houses are buried up to the roof and the inhabitants have to dig tunnels to escape. Some days they wake up with no door, just a wall of sand. Yet people continue to live there, out of habit, out of madness, out of love for the extreme cold. Oscar Swan, a Swedish shooter, wasn't just an Olympian, he was a living legend. He competed for the first time in 1908 at the age of 60. He won gold. But the incredible thing is that at the 1920 Games, at the age of 72 and with a glass eye, he won the silver medal. In the 18th century, this small village claimed to have been attacked by a vampire named Sava Savanovich. The townspeople avoided going out at night, placed garlic in their windows, and told stories of how several people mysteriously bled to death. In 2012, when the house collapsed, the neighbors panicked, believing the vampire had been released. Helene Mayer was the Jewish fencer the Nazis used as a front for the 1936 Olympics. Exiled in the US, she was called in to project an image of inclusion that didn't exist. Although she won silver, she saluted Hitler with her arm raised. A political move disguised as sportsmanship. The coconut octopus was discovered using empty coconut shell halves as shields or portable shelters. It carries them along the seafloor and, when threatened, crawls inside and closes like a ninja clam. This is incredible because it involves planning, tools, and strategy. Rats emit ultrasonic laughter when they're playing, being tickled, or are happy. These giggles occur at 50 kilohertz, well above what the human ear can detect. And if you pet them where they like it, they stay still and emit more laughter, as if asking for more. And finally, the mantis shrimp has the most complex eyes in the animal kingdom. It can detect up to 16 different types of color receptors, while we only use 3, red, green, and blue. It sees ultraviolet, infrared, polarized light, and even patterns invisible to us. The crazy thing is that each eye can see independently in 3 different directions. The story of Courage and his owners in Nowhere, Kansas seems funny until you learn it was loosely based on the true story of an elderly couple who disappeared in the 1950s in an isolated town in New Mexico. The Pattersons' bodies were never found, only their dog, who was found alone, alive, in the house. Police records mentioned that neighbors had reported strange lights, shadowy figures, and screams in the desert. The South American fishing bat has such a powerful echolocation system that when it detects fish, it emits high-pitched underwater squeals that sound like a distorted microphone. But what's surprising is that when you slow down the sound in the laboratory, it sounds like a deep human guttural. The Menin ritual, practiced by the Toraja community in Indonesia, is a profound act of respect for the ancestors. It involves digging up the deceased to cleanse them, change their clothes, and, in some cases, refurbish their coffins. This ritual is not only a funeral tradition, but a celebration of love and connection with one's ancestors. It is a way to honor the dead and maintain the bond with them, reinforcing the sense of community and respect for past generations. The Miller Lite controller is a unique device that merges a soft drink with a fully functional video game controller. Designed to perfectly mimic a traditional Miller Lite can, this gadget incorporates control buttons, triggers, and a directional pad into its structure. It also features Bluetooth technology for easy connection to computers and consoles, offering an innovative and original gaming experience. Victoria Lee is a prominent tattoo artist from China, famous for her mastery of realism in her work. She began her career in 2014 and has since gained recognition for her skill. Her specialties include portraits and highly detailed pieces that appear almost photographic, which has positioned her as a reference in the world of contemporary tattooing. Horn trimming is a common practice in livestock farming, primarily applied to young animals. Its purpose is to prevent injuries that they may cause to each other or to their caregivers. Removing or reducing horns at an early age minimizes pain and promotes safer coexistence within the group. Although it is a controversial measure, many ranchers consider it necessary to prevent accidents and facilitate cattle handling. Nemo 33, located in Brussels, is one of the deepest pools on the planet, with a depth of 113 feet. It contains approximately 660,000 gallons of water, maintained at a constant temperature of 86 degrees Fahrenheit. This diving center includes platforms at different levels, submerged tunnels, and a cylindrical pit that attracts both professional and enthusiast divers. The camel spider, also known as the solifuge, is an arachnid that lives in arid and desert areas. Although it is not poisonous, it has large chelicerae capable of inflicting painful bites. Its segmented body and long legs allow it to move with agility, reaching speeds of up to 16 kilometers per hour. Despite its intimidating appearance, it tends to avoid human contact. The sage grouse, also called the common sage grouse, is a large bird that lives in the dry regions of Western North America. It is uniquely adapted to living among thickets of sagebrush, a plant it depends on for both food and shelter. Cats lack the ability to detect sweet tastes. This is due to a genetic mutation that deactivates the TS1R2 gene, which is essential for forming the sweet taste receptor. As a result, cats do not respond to sugar as many other mammals do. This characteristic reflects their evolution as strict carnivores, with no biological need to seek out sweet foods. Stephanie Millinger, born in Austria in 1992, is a contortionist and acrobat renowned for pushing the limits of the human body. Her fame is due to the impressive acrobatics she performs without safety equipment, even in extreme scenarios such as cliffs, skyscraper rooftops, or mid-flight on a paraglider. She has broken several world records and combines strength, flexibility, and control in every performance. Her work fuses risk with the aesthetics of movement. The International Kite Festival, held every June on the island of Fanø, Denmark, is one of the largest events of its kind. At this festival, thousands of people gather to fly around 20,000 kites on a stunning 8.7-mile beach. The event attracts visitors from around the world who enjoy not only the colorful kite spectacle, but also aerial acrobatic displays and competitions. The Philippine clouded rat is a large rodent endemic to the island of Luzon. It can grow up to 30 inches in length and weigh more than 5.5 pounds. Its dense, colorful fur allows it to effectively camouflage itself in its natural environment. It lives in mountainous forests at altitudes of up to 7,200 feet, where it feeds primarily on plants. It is a nocturnal and solitary species, making it difficult to observe in its natural habitat. Dolphins go crazy on purpose. Some groups of dolphins in the wild have been seen passing pufferfish around like underwater cigarettes. The pufferfish releases a toxin when bitten. In high doses, it is lethal, but in small quantities, it induces a kind of trance. The dolphins know this. They bite it carefully, pass it to each other, and float in a state of total euphoria. Then they let it go. Indonesia is home to the largest number of active volcanoes on the planet, exceeding 130. Its territory lies in a seismic zone known as the Ring of Fire. Despite the risk, many communities thrive in its vicinity. The reason? The volcanic soil is extremely fertile. Crops grow easily in these mineral soils. Life among volcanoes is a balance between danger and abundance. Magawa was a giant African rat trained to detect mines in Cambodia. Thanks to her sense of smell, she saved lives, clearing more than 55 acres of land. She was awarded a gold medal for her bravery and humanitarian work. She passed away in 2022, leaving behind an unforgettable legacy of heroism. Pierre Brol, a French designer born in 1991, specializes in creating sculptures from recycled plexiglass. His works are deeply influenced by Impressionism and kinetic art, seeking not only to capture the essence of movement, but also to promote reflection on the importance of the slow life movement. The spider monkey is a primate that lives in the tropical rainforests of Central and South America. It is characterized by its extremely long arms and prehensile tail, which allows it to move nimbly through the trees and grasp objects with great precision. They live in social groups, which allows them to collaborate in the search for food, primarily fruit. The yellow watermelon is a rare variety distinguished by its yellow flesh instead of the traditional red. This is due to the absence of lycopene, the pigment responsible for watermelon's red color. Its flavor is sweeter and more syrupy compared to conventional watermelon. It is also an excellent source of water, vitamin A and vitamin C, making it a refreshing and nutritious option, ideal for consumption in warm climates. The long-neck avocado, also known as long neck, is an elongated variety that can grow up to 18 inches long. It is especially popular in Florida due to its size and distinctive flavor. Its flesh is creamy, dense, and sweet, making it ideal for a variety of recipes, from guacamole to salads and smoothies. The Simpsons characters have 4 fingers on each hand due to a focus on animation efficiency. This simplified style saves production time by reducing detail and facilitating movement. It also contributes to a clear and recognizable design, which is crucial for a series that has run for so many episodes. Guillaume Fontaine is a circus performer and slackliner, originally from Sherbrooke, Quebec, Canada. Since 2015, he has built a distinguished career in the sport, distinguished by his extreme skills and unique achievements. In 2018, he broke the world record for the longest highline traverse without falling, an impressive feat in the world of slacklining. He also set the record for the longest distance traveled on a unicycle while slacklining. The snowy owl is an Arctic bird of prey, easily recognizable by its white plumage, which provides excellent camouflage in its snowy environment. Its yellow eyes are a prominent feature of its face. This species is highly adaptable, as it can hunt both day and night, allowing it to take full advantage of the conditions of its polar habitat. The bullfrog is a species of giant frog native to North America. It is characterized by its impressive size, reaching up to 8 inches long and weighing more than 1.1 pounds. It is known for its ability to adapt to a variety of habitats, from ponds to larger bodies of water. Its diet includes a wide range of prey, from insects to small vertebrates, making it a very effective hunter. Barbie Jeep racing is an extreme activity that began as a joke, but quickly became a popular competition in the United States. It involves adults descending hills in Barbie Jeep-like toy vehicles, which are modified to support the weight of the participants and withstand impacts. In certain Indian cultures, bathing in cow urine is practiced due to its purported healing and spiritual properties. In Hinduism, the cow is a sacred animal that symbolizes life and fertility, and its excretions are believed to have beneficial effects on both physical and spiritual health. Although this practice is controversial and not common in all regions, it is a traditional ritual in some places. The naked mole rat is a subterranean rodent native to the Horn of Africa. Its appearance is peculiar, with almost hairless, wrinkled, pinkish-brown skin. It has tiny eyes and small ears, which makes it look even more unusual. These rats live in underground colonies and are known for their longevity and resistance to pain, as they possess unique biological characteristics, such as the ability to resist cancer. The €0 banknote is a souvenir issued by the European Union, with no monetary value, designed exclusively as a memento. Although it is not legal tender, it features security features such as holograms and watermarks, similar to authentic banknotes. Each banknote is personalized with images of monuments, landmarks, or important events, making it a popular collectible among tourists and coin collectors. The exoskeleton of scorpions fluoresces due to the presence of chemicals. This property allows them to better defend themselves, as by glowing under ultraviolet light, they can scare off predators or attract prey. Furthermore, it is believed that fluorescence could play a role in regulating their body temperature. The green heron is a small heron found in wetlands, mangroves, and swampy areas of the Americas. Measuring approximately 17 inches in length, it stands out for its blue-green plumage and elegant demeanor. This species is known for its agility when hunting, using its long beak to catch fish and small invertebrates. It adapts well to humid environments and is commonly seen in coastal and riverine areas. The famous Shrek Swamp has been recreated in great detail and is now available to book through Airbnb. Located in the Scottish Highlands, this rustic mud and moss-covered retreat captures the essence of the beloved Green Ogre's home. The cabin offers a unique and immersive experience, ideal for fans of the animated series. In Shenzhen, China, during the traditional Dragon Boat Festival, a stunning nighttime display took place. Nearly 100 perfectly coordinated drones lit up the sky, forming the dynamic figure of a colossal dragon that seemed to dance among the stars. This technological display combined art, culture, and modernity into an unforgettable visual experience. Harvestmen are creatures belonging to the arachnid group, easily recognizable by their long, thin legs that contrast with their small, rounded bodies. Unlike spiders, they do not show a clear division between their body segments, giving them a more unified appearance. Their curious appearance and slow gait have earned them popular names such as Patonas or Reapers. The largest Rubik's Cube in the world is located in the Nina Mall in Hong Kong and has been recognized by the Guinness World Records for its astonishing dimensions, nearly 8.2 feet per side. Despite its colossal size, this cube is fully functional and was designed to be manipulated by several people at the same time. Tom Harker's paintings explore meaning in a world saturated with images and mediated experiences. He uses sources such as iPhone photos, social media, film, and classical art without hierarchies. His art disrupts visual confusion with the physical presence of the paintbrush. Each image holds complex stories that he reinterprets into new connections. In this way, he creates nonlinear narratives that invite us to look beyond the obvious. Paracetamol ice cream represents an ingenious medical solution designed to make it easier to administer this drug to children. Designed especially for children who tend to reject pills or syrups, this ice cream retains the active ingredient in paracetamol, but in a more palatable format. Its cold presentation can also relieve discomfort associated with fever or sore throat. The loop of death was a revolutionary maneuver in artistic gymnastics, introduced by Soviet athlete Olga Korbut at the 1972 Munich Olympic Games. This risky figure involves standing on the top bar of the uneven bars, executing a backflip, and then grabbing the same bar again. However, due to the high risks to the gymnast, the International Gymnastics Federation decided to ban it from official competitions. At the bottom of the Gulf of Mexico lies an astonishing natural phenomenon known as the Jacuzzi of Despair. This curious underwater lake has waters with an extremely high concentration of salt, which prevents them from mixing with the surrounding seawater. The result is a striking illusion of a lake within the ocean. On certain beaches along the Baltic Sea in Finland, you can observe a strange natural phenomenon known as ice eggs. These spherical formations occur under very specific weather conditions, such as sub-zero temperatures and gentle but constant waves. The water freezes around small fragments that rotate with the movement of the sea, forming rounded shapes. The Global Coin and Banknote Society recognized the Mexican 50 peso banknote as the most impressive in the world, granting it a special award for its exceptional design. This distinction highlighted the unique beauty of this piece of national currency, consolidating it as an artistic reference in the international numismatic field. American artist Brad Spencer has gained fame for his original approach to using bricks as a raw material for his sculptures. By blending classic construction methods with a unique artistic perspective, he creates pieces that not only stand out as art, but also blend harmoniously with the surrounding urban and architectural landscape. His work redefines the relationship between sculpture and public space. Artist Brian Detmer transforms old books into sculptures worth a fortune. With surgical precision, he cuts, carves, and sculpts pages to reveal incredible hidden forms. Each work resembles a universe hidden among letters and illustrations. What was once a reading object is now pure visual art. From Atlanta, he creates unique pieces that astonish the art world. It takes approximately 12,000 worker bees to produce 1 liter of honey. Each of them contributes only 1/12 of a teaspoon, reflecting the extraordinary cooperation and efficiency that characterizes the entire colony. This teamwork is essential to the success of the hive and the constant production of honey. In 1995, Nintendo launched a device called the Virtual Boy, which represented one of the first forays into the world of virtual reality applied to video games. This console sought to immerse players in a three-dimensional environment, although its technology was quite limited for the time. Despite its innovation, it failed to gain widespread popularity due to several technical and design drawbacks. The chameleon's eyes have an extraordinary characteristic. They move independently of each other. Thanks to this ability, they can scan 2 different areas simultaneously, giving them almost complete vision around their body, close to 360 degrees. This feature helps them detect prey and threats very effectively in their natural environment. Andoni Bastarrica, originally from the Basque country in Spain, is a self-trained sculptor who has distinguished himself by creating impressive, hyper-realistic sand sculptures. His passion for this art form was born in 2010 while playing with his daughters on the seashore. Since then, he has developed his skill using only simple elements such as his hands, small sticks, and feathers. In Guilin, China, lies the famous reed flute cave, a natural spectacle formed over millions of years. This site is adorned with spectacular stalactites, stalagmites, and limestone columns that look like works of art carved by time. The combination of these formations creates a magical atmosphere that attracts visitors from all over the world. Starfish do not have blood in the conventional sense, as they lack a circulatory system comparable to that of vertebrates. Instead of blood, they use an aquifer vascular system that allows them to move nutrients and oxygen through their bodies using water. This unique adaptation is critical to their survival in the marine environment. By perching on power lines, some birds avoid electrocution because their bodies do not create a voltage difference. Without this difference, the electric current cannot flow through them, allowing them to stay safe. This peculiarity allows them to rest on these lines without harm, despite the high voltage present. In Che Province, within Taishu County, China, lies the majestic Rui Bridge. This construction stands out for its outstanding design and great visual impact. Its presence is a notable example of modern engineering applied in the region, making it an important architectural landmark. The figure of Jesus of Nazareth fallen, carved by Saint Bartholomew Becerra, is one of the most revered pieces during Holy Week in Guatemala. This artwork depicts Christ at the moment he succumbs under the weight of the cross as he walks toward Calvary. The sculpture stands out for its realism and intense expression of pain, reflecting the profound humanity of the Savior at that crucial moment. The Kuan Dole, commonly known as the Asian wild dog, is a carnivorous mammal that lives in groups and displays a great capacity for adaptation. It is found mainly in the forested and mountainous areas of South and Southeast Asia, where it forms complex social structures to survive and hunt efficiently. Snails belonging to the genus Conus, popularly called cone snails, are mollusks that live in warm marine environments, especially in coral reef ecosystems. These creatures are notable for their distinctive shell and their presence in tropical areas where they are an important part of marine biodiversity. The Leucopsarian pteridacea, known in Japan as a delicacy fish, is consumed in a variety of ways. One of the most surprising ways is when it is served alive, in a practice known as origi. It can also be prepared boiled, fried, or dried, depending on local culinary tradition. This fish is prized for its mild flavor and nutritional benefits. In addition to its flavor, its versatility in Japanese cuisine makes it a popular ingredient. Lowe's Corner, located on the Monaco circuit, is one of the most famous corners in Formula One. With a tight U-shape, it is the slowest corner in the championship, requiring drivers to reduce their speed to approximately 28 miles per hour. Their challenge lies in the need for extreme precision when taking turns, which requires special adjustments to the vehicle's steering. Likoi cats are an unconventional breed, known for their sparse, coarse fur, especially on their faces, which gives them an unusual appearance. Their patchy coat gives them an appearance reminiscent of mythological creatures or even horror characters, such as werewolves. This peculiar appearance makes them a fascinating and somewhat mysterious breed, attracting both admirers and those intrigued by their uniqueness. Randy Tatalid from Manado, Indonesia, is a talented barber and designer who has gained fame for turning his clients' hair clippings into detailed celebrity portraits. Using cut hair as her primary material, she creates unique works of art that reflect her skill and creativity in the world of styling and art. The golden poison dart frog, native to the rainforests of the Colombian Pacific, is one of the most striking and dangerous creatures in the animal kingdom. Measuring only about 5 centimeters, its intense golden yellow color acts as a warning signal for its potent venom. This combination of beauty and toxicity makes it a fascinating example of natural adaptation. Giraffe Manor, located in Nairobi, Kenya, is a boutique hotel that stands out for providing an unparalleled experience to its visitors. This exclusive accommodation allows guests to enjoy their meals while curious giraffes poke their heads through the windows in search of a snack. This close interaction with nature makes Giraffe Manor a unique and memorable destination for those who visit. On Awaji Island, Japan, there's a theme park dedicated to the legendary monster Godzilla, offering an unforgettable experience for fans of Japanese cinema. The star attraction is a colossal Godzilla sculpture measuring over 394 feet in length, where visitors can ride a zip line that makes them appear to be sucked into the creature's gigantic open mouth. German Shepherds stand out as ideal dogs for police work thanks to their remarkable intelligence and learning ability. Furthermore, their strength, speed, discipline, and loyalty make them irreplaceable companions for law enforcement forces around the world. This combination of qualities positions them as the preferred breed for surveillance and protection work. The Hexadron helicopter, known as Hexa, is an innovative electric aircraft capable of vertical takeoff and landing, developed by Lift Aircraft. Designed for a single occupant, this aerial vehicle is equipped with 18 propellers mounted on 6 arms, ensuring stable and safe flight thanks to its redundant design. This technology represents a significant advance in personal aerial transport. The capuchin monkey, a member of the Cebus genus, is a primate native to Central and South America, recognized for its high cognitive ability and motor skills. Its face, with highly expressive features, gives it an appearance that is often reminiscent of humans, making it a fascinating species for the study of animal behavior. In March 2025, Crocs and the famous candy brand Haribo joined forces to create the exclusive Garibo Classic Clock, a limited edition shoe. This model features a design inspired by the 50 Goldars gummy bears, featuring a transparent upper that mimics the texture of the candy. Furthermore, its bright color palette evokes traditional Haribo flavors, making this shoe a unique and eye-catching piece. In the heart of the Banggai archipelago, off Pelin Island in Indonesia, lies Lake Pisupok, a natural treasure of great beauty. Its crystalline waters are so clear that they clearly reveal sunken logs and rock formations on the bed, offering a stunning visual spectacle for those who visit. This aquatic wonder stands out for its purity and serenity amidst the tropical environment. Boots made from crocodile skin are recognized for their elegant style, outstanding durability, and unique surface. These pieces are valued as exclusive products within the luxury market, given the complex artisanal process required and the high price of the raw material used. Their exclusivity makes them symbols of status and sophistication. The fruit of the Borassus flabellifer palm tree appears as a large drupe, measuring up to 6 inches in diameter. Its outer shell is tough and dark, ranging in color from black to deep brown. Inside, it houses a fibrous pulp with orange-yellow hues, characterized by its sweetness and intense aroma when ripe. The tiger shark is among the most impressive and easily identifiable specimens of the shark group worldwide. Its size can extend up to 18 feet in length, while its weight ranges between 838 and 1,322 pounds, making it a formidable marine predator. In a charming German town located in the Black Forest region, there is a group of homes that seem to blend into nature, resembling real trees. This resort, called Baumhausdorf, features 10 houses elevated to a height of 15 feet, supported by log-like structures made from native white fur. The kimono is a classic Japanese garment distinguished by its straight silhouette, full sleeves, and distinctive T-shaped design. This garment is wrapped around the body and secured with a wide sash called an obi, which not only serves a practical purpose but is also an essential decorative element in the aesthetics of the outfit. Kelvin Helmholtz clouds are rare atmospheric phenomena that resemble ocean waves forming in the sky. They appear when a layer of warm, light air slides over a cooler, denser layer moving at different speeds, causing instability that generates these wavy curls, similar to a series of crests of water stirred by the wind. Meet Corleo, a next-generation quadruped robot created by the Japanese company Kawasaki. This mechanical horse was introduced as an alternative personal transportation solution for uneven terrain during the Osaka Kansai 2025 Expo. Designed to be ridden by humans, Corleo fuses motorcycle engineering with advanced robotic systems, providing a futuristic and versatile form of transportation. The Sumaya Museum, located in Mexico City, is a prominent private art institution. Its most iconic building, located in Plaza Carso and inaugurated in 2011, was designed by architect Fernando Romero in collaboration with the renowned Frank Gehry. The futuristic structure, covered with more than 16,000 hexagonal aluminum plates, houses a vast collection of works by European masters such as Rodin, Dalí, and Van Gogh. The Wilson Airless Basketball is a revolutionary ball developed with 3D printing technology. Unlike traditional balls, it contains no air or internal bladder, completely eliminating the need for inflation. Its structure is formed by an open weave that maintains the proper shape and bounce, offering consistent performance every time. The Tulum Jungle Gym is an open-air gym located on the Caribbean Sea, on the beaches of Tulum, Mexico. This unique training center allows visitors to work out surrounded by nature, under palm trees and overlooking the ocean. Its rustic design is inspired by the Stone Age, with hand-built equipment using wood, rocks, bamboo, and rope, making for a unique aesthetic and functional experience. Krishna's Butterball is a striking geological formation located in Mahabalipuram in the state of Tamil Nadu, India. This enormous granite boulder, measuring approximately 20 feet high by 16 feet wide and weighing nearly 275 tons, balances precariously on a rocky slope, seemingly defying the laws of physics. In the town of Yamshan, in Yangon Province, China, lies the Yanning Dafeng Dream Maze, an impressive maze that holds the Guinness World Record for the largest fixed maze in the world. This monumental structure attracts visitors from all over, who venture forth along its complex paths designed to challenge their sense of direction and ingenuity. On Aoshima Island, the feline population far outnumbers the human population. Just a handful of residents live alongside more than 100 cats, who have become the true owners of the place. Originally, these felines were introduced to combat the mouse infestation, but over time, they decided to settle permanently. Today, the island is known as Cat Paradise, where these animals enjoy complete freedom and dominate their surroundings. The saltwater crocodile has the strongest bite force ever documented in the animal kingdom. This giant reptile can exert extremely high pressure when closing its jaws, far surpassing any other terrestrial or aquatic creature. Its ability to bite with such power allows it to capture and subdue large prey, cementing it as one of the most feared predators in its natural habitat. The mudskipper is a fascinating creature that lives in mangroves and intertidal areas of Southeast Asia and Africa. This animal has the ability to move out of the water using its pectoral fins as legs. It is also able to climb tree roots and survive out of water thanks to its moist skin and a special chamber in its gills that allows it to breathe air. Turkey is home to a unique natural phenomenon, black roses that sprout spontaneously thanks to the waters of the Euphrates River. These exceptional flowers, of a rare, dark color, grow in the town of Halfiti, located in the southeast of Sanlurfa province. This region is notable for being the only place on the planet where this rare variety of rose blooms naturally. Shibazakura Garden in Japan is renowned for its spectacular spring display of flowering mosses, also known as cherry blossom mosses. Each year, vast expanses are covered with these tiny flowers, which paint the landscape with an intense palette of vivid colors, creating a visually striking setting that is highly appreciated by visitors and photographers. The filming of the iconic scene where Tom Cruise runs alone through the deserted Times Square in Vanilla Sky cost close to $1 million. This high cost was mainly due to the complex logistics and permits required to close one of the busiest urban areas on the planet, even if only during the early hours of the day. Some crustaceans, known as barnacles, live permanently attached to other marine organisms. These creatures cannot move on their own, so they need to attach themselves to animals such as turtles, whales, or certain crabs to survive. They achieve this thanks to a powerful natural adhesive that allows them to remain firmly on the surface of their host. Abiodun Adegoke, a basketball player who stands 7 feet 9 inches tall, has the ability to score without even jumping. His impressive height, combined with his skills on the court, make him a potential professional basketball star in the future. His presence dominates the game under the rim, making it difficult for opponents to advance. Coaches and scouts are already closely following his development in youth leagues. Check out this incredible robotic mini tower, specially designed to intelligently store bicycles. Thanks to its automated system, it not only stores them safely, but also saves a lot of space. The most surprising thing is that when you need it, the tower lowers your bike automatically without you having to make any effort. It's a modern, practical, and perfect solution for cities with limited space. Meet Aitana Lopez, a model who doesn't actually exist and has more than 300,000 followers on her Instagram account. All the images you see were created by the company Clueless using artificial intelligence. The most impressive thing is that it took 4 months before her followers discovered she wasn't a real person. In 1963, a Volkswagen Beetle, known as Boko, was donated by the company and became the first car to reach Antarctica. This iconic vehicle managed to withstand temperatures as low as -58 degrees Fahrenheit and extreme winds of 93 miles per hour, demonstrating its durability and adaptability in harsh weather conditions. At Cafe 33 in Kyoto, Japan, a truly unique iced coffee is served. The beverage stands out for its presentation, which includes an ice cube containing the coffee, creating a perfect blend of flavors and textures. This detail not only enriches the flavor, but also makes each cup a visually stunning experience. The Poro Rosa is an impressive wave that runs along the Amazon River against the flow of water. With heights reaching 13 feet and speeds of up to 12 miles per hour, this wave devastates everything in its path. Its power is so astonishing that the bravest surfers venture to ride it for miles out into the river, challenging its uncontrollable power. The Potu, known as the ghost bird of the Amazon, is noted for its incredible camouflage ability. With its grayish plumage and intense yellow eyes, it blends perfectly into the tree bark during the day. Its ability to go unnoticed is so astonishing that even experts have trouble finding it. The Mercedes-Benz 125 record wagon reached an impressive speed of 268.9 miles per hour in 1938, a record that stood for many decades. Equipped with a V12 engine with over 700 horsepower, it represented the best of German engineering. It was race car driver Rudolf Caracciola who achieved this feat on the A5 motorway. In Antarctica, there is a waterfall known as Blood Falls, which turns the Taylor Glacier red. For a long time, it was thought that the color was due to algae or microorganisms. However, recent research revealed that the phenomenon is caused by iron oxide present in the water, which comes from an underground lake isolated for millions of years. Bali has become a favorite destination for digital nomads and travelers looking for something beyond partying. In this paradise, you can enjoy the serenity of an ancient temple, practice yoga at sunrise overlooking the ocean, or simply relax in a hammock with a fresh coconut in hand. The island offers a perfect blend of peace, spirituality, and natural beauty. Impressive and terrifying at the same time, a gigantic wave surprised everyone on a beach, sweeping dozens of people away without warning. The sea, which until that moment seemed calm, changed in a matter of seconds when this enormous mass of water formed and advanced with tremendous force. In the waters of East Asia lives a fish whose resilience seems to defy the rules of nature. The Channa argus, or northern snakehead, has the incredible ability to survive out of water for several days. Thanks to its specialized respiratory system, it can absorb oxygen directly from the air, allowing it to move on land in search of new habitats. Tom Tershik embarked on an adventure few would dare to imagine, traveling around the world on foot. With a backpack on his shoulder and his faithful dog as his companion, he set out from New Jersey and traveled to more than 20 countries. His journey took him through storms, extreme climates, and long days spent in complete solitude. The F-22 Raptor is a true technological gem of American air power. Designed to dominate the skies undetected, it combines angular shapes and special materials that make it nearly undetectable by radar. More than a fighter, it is a fusion of speed, extreme maneuverability, and lethal precision. Thanks to its thrust vectoring engines, it can execute impossible turns and move as if defying the laws of physics. The Airfish 8 is an innovative vehicle that combines the characteristics of a yacht and an airplane, designed to facilitate transportation on short or difficult-to-access routes, such as the Canary Islands. This incredible machine is capable of flying at an altitude of up to 20 feet above sea level and reaching speeds of up to 112 miles per hour, outperforming conventional jets by 2 or 3 times. Mantis is the largest robot on the planet, designed to move on 6 legs, allowing it to move objects and even transport people in its cabin. In addition to its manual operation, Mantis can be controlled remotely via Wi-Fi. Created by Matt Denton, this amazing robot uses a 2.2-liter turbodiesel engine and stands an impressive 9.8 feet tall. It weighs 4,200 pounds, making it an imposing and functional machine. Since its creation in 2019, Clubhouse 33 in Nuremberg has hosted the Techno Train, an event that turns a train into a mobile party. This unique event offers an electrifying atmosphere where participants enjoy live music, cocktails, delicious dishes, and dancing areas. DJ booths, along with the unique vibe of the moving train, guarantee a night filled with excitement and unforgettable memories. Although dolphins are incredibly intelligent, their intelligence doesn't always translate into kindness. There have been documented cases of dolphins attacking humans for fun, sexually harassing swimmers, and in the wild, killing young dolphins just for the pleasure of it. And the worst part, their permanent smile creates the false illusion of friendliness. It looks like a simple, fuzzy bug, the kind kids love to grab in the garden. But touching this caterpillar might be the last thing you do. Lonomia obliqua, known as the killer caterpillar, has hollow hairs connected to glands that release anticoagulant toxins so potent they cause internal bleeding. And not just any bleeding. Those affected can bleed from their eyes, gums, nose, and end up with kidney or heart failure. In 1971, a man calling himself Dan Cooper hijacked a plane, demanded $200,000 and 4 parachutes, freed the passengers, and then jumped out of the plane mid-flight with the money. He was never seen again. Neither his body nor his parachute were ever found. Only a few bills turned up years later in a river. The FBI closed the case in 2016 without solving it. In Brazil, at the Passo Fundo shopping center, an unforgettable event took place that brightened the day of everyone who attended. A unique parade brought together several golden retrievers who, accompanied by their loving owners, descended the escalators. Dozens of these charming dogs, with their shiny coats and natural friendliness, became the main attraction. Tigers are known for their unexpected connection with water and their skillful swimming ability. From a very young age, tiger mothers train their cubs to familiarize themselves with the water and perfect their aquatic skills. This skill not only serves as a source of entertainment, but also plays an essential role in their survival. Extreme ironing is, without a doubt, one of the strangest and most surprising disciplines in existence. This activity merges one of the most common and undervalued household chores, ironing, with extreme and unusual environments. Participants in this sport venture to take their ironing boards to incredible locations, such as mountaintops, turbulent rivers, cliffs, or even the ocean floor. Small, brightly colored, and shaped like an artistic shell, the cone snail looks like something you'd bring back as a souvenir from the sea, but it could kill you before you even get back to your hotel. This mollusk has a harpoon-shaped prong that it launches like a projectile and injects a neurotoxic venom that paralyzes its victim. Some species can kill an adult human in minutes. And the most terrifying thing? There's no antidote. Meet the charming pygmy jerboa, a small rodent found in the deserts of Pakistan and Afghanistan. Its appearance is unmistakable, with a tiny body and legs, but large, expressive eyes. From certain angles, its shape might resemble a canary, albeit without the distinctive song. They are known for their ability to jump impressive distances of over 8 feet. Originally from Taiwan, bubble tea began gaining popularity in the 1980s and quickly became a favorite among young people. This drink consists of tea combined with fruit juices and tapioca balls, giving it a unique and refreshing texture. Over the years, it has maintained its popularity and remains an icon of Taiwanese culture. The Japanese company Hidaka Washi specializes in producing the world's finest paper. This paper is so delicate that it appears almost ethereal. To achieve this subtle material, they employ ancient techniques that date back thousands of years. Once created, this paper is sent to museums around the world, where it is used to restore and preserve ancient books, helping to preserve humanity's literary legacy. Globular springtails are considered the fastest-moving animals in the world. These tiny arthropods have fascinated biologists due to their incredible ability to move. After being studied in an entomology laboratory and captured on high-resolution cameras, it was discovered that they possess a spring-like tail that they use to strike the ground, allowing them to perform impressive spins at over 350 rotations per second. Mochitsuki is a Japanese delicacy made from rice pounded into a sticky, bakeable dough. Although its recipe has evolved over time, some restaurants still preserve the traditional method of preparing it, keeping its cultural roots alive. This soft, stretchy dessert remains a popular choice in Japanese cuisine. Antonio Castello is one of today's most prominent Spanish artists. His hyper-realism paintings leave a profound impression, capturing passion and precision in every tiny detail. His works are exhibited in prestigious venues such as the Extremadura Assembly and the Skeletal Foundation, where they continue to surprise and captivate audiences with their unique technique and artistic vision. In Talca, Chile, there is an inverted waterfall that seems to defy gravity. However, this is not a supernatural phenomenon, but a natural phenomenon generated by the unique opening of the Mall River and the strong currents that cause a change in the direction of the water's flow. This visual spectacle is fascinating, as it gives the impression that the water is rising rather than falling. Johnny Bravo, the charismatic Cartoon Network character, was originally conceived as a thesis project by Van Partible, an animation student. Inspired by Elvis Presley, Partible gave the character a self-centered and exaggerated personality, seeking to pay comical homage to the famous singer. The idea was so well received by his professor and Hanna-Barbera executives that they decided to turn it into a full-fledged television series. The Bhutan community, deeply rooted in their island, has woven the mystery of blue eyes into their traditions and legends, imbuing them with a symbolism that goes beyond a simple physical feature. For many, these eyes represent a deep connection to the island's past, considered an echo of ancient sailors' voyages, and a reflection of the network of relationships that unites the people. In Verigherdi, a picturesque village known for its intense thermal activity, locals have developed a unique way of cooking. Instead of using conventional stoves, they choose to harness the heat emanating from the earth. Pots are immersed in underground hot springs where the water reaches extreme temperatures, allowing them to cook everything from eggs to bread and vegetables. Spark is an innovative bicycle parking system that transforms pedaling into electrical energy. As the wheels spin, electricity is produced and stored for various urban uses. This energy can be used to light streetlights or power nearby homes. Its design offers a sustainable solution, especially useful in areas where solar panels cannot be installed, such as heritage buildings. A new art museum in Japan isn't content with visitors just looking at the works on display. Instead, it invites them to fully immerse themselves in the art, interacting with each exhibit. This is the Mori Building Digital Art Museum, Epson Team Lab Borderless, located in Tokyo, the world's first digital art museum. Gara rufa fish, native to Turkey and also known as doctor fish, feed primarily on algae, bacteria, and dead skin cells. They are known for their use in fish therapy, an alternative, non-surgical technique that relies on the action of these fish to exfoliate and cleanse the skin naturally. Check out this impressive modified Volkswagen Beetle, which not only floats on the water, but also faces the waves with incredible force. It looks like something out of an action movie, challenging the sea as if it were its natural terrain. This aquatic vehicle maintains the classic shape of the beetle, but is adapted to navigate with stability and style. In the jungle of Peru lies the Shanai Tipishka, known as the Boiling River. Its waters, which exceed 95 degrees Celsius, are so hot that they can cause severe burns, creating a natural phenomenon unique in the world. This river is located in a remote region, and its origin remains a mystery to many scientists. The Ecuadorian toad, adept at camouflage, has skin so similar to rocks that it's almost impossible to distinguish it from its surroundings. This master of disguise remains motionless for long periods, stealthily waiting for its prey to approach. Its ability to hide is so astonishing that even experts have trouble locating it in its natural habitat. In the 1950s, Moulton Taylor invented the aerocar, a revolutionary vehicle with detachable wings that could both fly and roll on roads. This innovative automobile reached speeds of up to 118 miles per hour. Although it never achieved mass production, the aerocar remains a symbol of humanity's desire to conquer the skies and merge aviation with ground transportation. Craco, located in southern Italy, is a ghost town frozen in time. In the 1960s, a series of natural disasters forced its residents to abandon the site. Today, its deserted streets and stone houses, overgrown with vegetation, slowly disintegrate. Craco serves as a powerful reminder of how even the grandest cities can be devastated by the passage of time and the forces of nature. St. Francis in Assisi is a majestic Italian Gothic structure whose construction began around 1228 and was consecrated in 1253. In the early morning, around 2:30 a.m., a magnitude 5.7 earthquake shook the basilica, triggering a dramatic moment in its history. Amazingly, in 2024, the city of Paris revived one of its most picturesque traditions, the famous waiters' race, known as La Course des Cafés. After a 13-year hiatus, the event once again brought together nearly 200 food workers who roamed the streets of the historic center carrying a tray with coffee, water, and a croissant. Baptiste Chandelier, a talented paraglider born in Briançon in the Alpine region of France, has become known for his spectacular low-altitude flights. His style combines risky maneuvers with a captivating visual aesthetic, capturing scenes on beaches in the mountains and in cities from surprising angles. The Padmanabhaswamy Temple, located in the state of Kerala, India, hides one of the greatest treasures ever discovered. Its value is estimated at around $19 billion in gold objects, ancient jewelry, and precious stones. This immense wealth was found in underground chambers, sealed for centuries. A black bear was spotted enjoying a hot tub as the sun rose over the Great Smoky Mountains in Tennessee in the early morning hours of March 20th. Mason Treboni, who was vacationing in the area with his wife, witnessed the wild bear climb onto the deck of their rented cabin. In the video he recorded, the animal can be seen climbing a small set of stairs before getting into the hot tub. The traditional Akita Song Festival, held annually in Japan, returned after several years of suspension due to the pandemic. Originally featuring 10,000 paper lanterns strung on bamboo poles, the event was reduced to a more intimate version, with only 30 performers taking the stage. The mysterious Yarlung Tsangpo Gorge, located in remote southeastern Tibet, remains a place almost unknown to humanity. Considered one of the most abysmal canyons in the East, it rivals even the Grand Canyon in its majesty. The river that runs through it lies at impressive altitudes, exceeding 13,120 feet. Brazil has successfully landed at one of the most dangerous airports in the world, located in Courchevel, France, near a ski slope. This airport is famous for its extremely short runway, which only allows small planes and helicopters to land. Furthermore, the runway has an 18% incline, making any aerobatic maneuvers completely impossible. Shizo Kanekuri, a Japanese athlete, started the marathon at the 1912 Stockholm Games. but fainted from the heat and was cared for by a Swedish family. He never notified the organizers of his retirement, and the organizers considered him missing for over 50 years. In 1967, at the age of 76, he returned to Sweden and finished the race. Official time: 54 years, 8 months, 6 days, 5 hours, 32 minutes, and 20.3 seconds. Absolute record for patience. In Kudini, a small village in the state of Kerala, something inexplicable is happening. Out of a population of 2,000 families, more than 400 pairs of twins have been born in recent decades. And the strangest thing, the phenomenon began suddenly in the 1980s, with no clear genetic or environmental explanation. Japanese artist Motoi Yamamoto is an expert in creating stunning works of art using salt as his primary medium. His most recent creation, titled Ath of Memory, can be found in the hallways of a kindergarten in Tokyo. Yamamoto used a total of 7 tons of salt to create it, transforming this material into a unique visual experience. Meet the Irish Wolfhound, one of the most imposing dog breeds in terms of size. Its average height can reach 34 inches at the withers, similar to that of a Great Dane, although some specimens of the latter breed exceed that height. Despite its stocky size, the Irish Wolfhound is surprisingly agile, capable of running downhill at great speed. Comatullids are fascinating marine creatures that resemble plants due to their long, branch-like limbs. They inhabit deep, dark environments, distributed throughout the world's oceans. They have the ability to amputate an arm when threatened, allowing them to escape predators. The aquatic opossum is a marsupial that lives in freshwater bodies such as lakes, rivers, and streams in tropical Mexico and Argentina. Its body is covered with dense, short fur, ideal for staying dry, while its large, powerful legs allow it to swim agilely. This animal has perfectly adapted to an aquatic environment, standing out for its skills in the water. This albino parrot, the only known one on the planet, lives in the forested and mountainous areas of southern New Zealand. Its highly cooperative nature and impressive intelligence are traits that allow it to adapt to the harsh environments in which it lives. In a remote corner of the Hessdalen Valley in Norway, luminous phenomena have baffled scientists and onlookers alike for nearly a century. These are floating flashes that suddenly appear in the sky, changing shape, brightness, and hue, as if dancing aimlessly. Sometimes they remain still for minutes. Other times they move at great speed or zigzag without any logical pattern. Razorfish have a truly unique swimming pattern, as they move in a vertical position with their head pointing toward the bottom. This swimming style allows them to blend in exceptionally well with aquatic plants, providing an advantage in evading predators. Their ability to maintain this position gives them a strategic advantage in their natural environment. In 1957, the body of a young boy was found inside a box in a Philadelphia forest. He was beaten, wrapped in a blanket, and no one ever knew who he was. For decades, his face was reconstructed, fingerprints were compared, and his case was reported throughout the U.S. without success. He was identified in 2022 as Joseph Zarelli, but it is still unknown who killed him or why. Yes, a bird. One you might mistake for any tropical bird because of its orange plumage and soft song. But the pitahui tops the list of toxic birds. It lives in New Guinea and has a poison called batrachotoxin in its skin and feathers. This substance is the same one poison dart frogs use to kill their predators, and upon contact it can cause paralysis or severe arrhythmias in humans. In 2014, cameras captured an unknown man prowling the neighborhood where 8-year-old Relisha Rudd disappeared. He was the caretaker of the shelter where she lived, and he disappeared right after she did. Both were last recorded and never seen again. With its round body, giant eyes, and emoji face, the pufferfish looks like the Pikachu of the sea, but its cuteness hides one of the most lethal poisons on the planet, tetrodotoxin. A single drop can kill 30 humans, and there is no antidote. In Japan, it's considered a delicacy called fugu, and chefs who cook it must have a special license because a bad cut can release the poison. Many have died after eating it improperly prepared. The elephant is a symbol of wisdom and nobility, but don't forget this: it's also one of the most dangerous animals in the world. In areas like India and Sri Lanka, there are documented planned attacks by elephants that have destroyed villages, homes, cars, and even returned to the same place months later, seeking revenge. The cause? Poachers, human abuse, or separation from the group. The Sims is known for being a chill, family-friendly game, but if you push the limits, some very disturbing things happen. Babies can die from hunger, fire, neglect, or even bugs that cause them to age instantly or become faceless NPCs who float forever. The tripod fish gets its name from the unusual shape of its fins, which it uses to stay upright on the seafloor. Instead of swimming close to the ground, it rests on the bottom like a selfie stick. This behavior allows it to capture its food in a unique way. By hitting crustaceans with its fins, it feeds easily. Jupiter is so massive and fast that it takes less than 10 hours to complete a full rotation on its axis. In China, dating has become an activity in which parents play a key role. In Shanghai, every weekend, in People's Square, an event is held where parents of single men and women display profiles of their children. These profiles detail personal characteristics and what they are looking for in a relationship. An albino panda has been discovered in the Balan National Nature Reserve in Sichuan province, becoming the first known specimen of its species with completely white fur. New images of this amazing animal have recently been released, stunning scientists and conservationists. Introducing the Dune of Pilat, the tallest sand formation in Europe. At an impressive 361 feet high, it is located in the southern French desert, famous for being the only one in the world home to a single dune. This natural wonder continues to grow in height every year, extending by a few centimeters. It is a fascinating testament to the constant transformation of the desert landscape. Michael Jackson had an unexpected role in the music for the video game Sonic 3. His interest in the series was so great that he was invited to collaborate on the soundtrack. However, his name was not included in the credits because Sega preferred to keep his involvement secret. Despite this, his influence can be heard in several of the game's compositions, which reflect his unique style. Nikola Tesla, renowned for his innovations, had a curious aversion to pearls. His distaste was so intense that he preferred not to interact with women who wore them. On one occasion, he even asked his secretary to remove a pearl necklace, as he found it deeply uncomfortable. Disney opened its first theme park in mainland China, marking a historic step in its international expansion. The company is banking on the growing Chinese middle class, becoming the driving force behind the massive complex's hotels, restaurants, and shops. Commercial airplanes store their fuel in their wings, which are specially designed for this purpose. These hollow structures are divided into compartments, allowing for efficient fuel distribution during flight. This design not only optimizes space but also contributes to the plane's stability and safety. In Costa Rica, a fascinating mystery lies: a set of enormous stone spheres. Some of them are so heavy they weigh several tons. These perfectly round spheres were sculpted by ancient pre-Columbian civilizations. However, the curious thing is that, despite their impressive perfection, the purpose of these mysterious structures and the technique used to create them remain a mystery. In 2023, a team of students from Osaka University of Technology, Japan, created a flying bicycle that moves only by pedaling. This innovative vehicle merges cycling with aeronautical technology, allowing riders to soar through the air using their own physical effort. Lake Paisupak in Indonesia's Banggai Islands is famous for being the clearest lake in the world. Its crystal clear waters make it incredibly easy to see the bottom, and the island's paradisiacal setting makes it the ideal place for activities such as scuba diving. Swans, especially during mating season, become territorial machines with wings. Not only do they attack with their sharp beaks, but they also chase you, swimming at unexpected speeds, and can strike you with their wings, which, by the way, are so strong they can break human bones. Yes, Bambi can break your ribs. Although they may seem shy and delicate, male deer, especially during mating season, become tanks with antlers. Every year, there are dozens of attacks on people who get too close to take a photo or feed them. In Japan, for example, in Nara Park, the local deer are so accustomed to humans that they push, kick, and bite tourists with backpacks, cookies, or cell phones. It's not a deer, nor is it a mouse. It's the mouse deer, an animal weighing barely 4 pounds that looks like something out of a fairy tale. But if you see one in the jungle, run away. This small mammal, native to Southeast Asia, has no antlers or claws, but is known for being extremely territorial, swift, and capable of attacking any intruder, even humans, without warning. David Rush broke his 55th Guinness World Record by removing 25 socks in 1 minute while blindfolded. He surpassed the previous record of 24 socks, held by Rushiru of Japan. Rushiru was a well-known youth personality in his country. This Indian man claimed to have lived more than 70 years without eating or drinking anything, only meditating. Although it may seem impossible, in 2010 he underwent a medical examination in a military hospital for 15 days. He didn't eat, drink, urinate, or defecate during that entire time, and he remained completely healthy. Doctors monitored him 24/7 and were astonished. The yogi claimed that a goddess gave him energy through a hole in his palate. In China, this boy was nicknamed the Ice Boy. He walks miles to school in snowstorms at 5 degrees Fahrenheit without a coat and never gets sick. When doctors tested him, they discovered that his body generated internal heat faster than normal, and his skin maintained its temperature better than an adult's. This Malaysian man has a jaw that defies physics. In 2007, he pulled a 500 to 73,000 pound train for almost 10 feet using only his teeth. No ropes, no machines. He just bit down on a metal bar and pulled. His teeth are so strong they withstand impacts, traction, and pressure without breaking. And his gums have been studied by doctors, as they have a resistance to micro tears beyond any human standard. This Dane broke the world record by holding his breath underwater for more than 22 minutes. And it's not magic or editing. He does it by controlling his mind and metabolism to extreme levels. His training includes lowering his heart rate to less than 30 beats per minute and entering a state of mental relaxation so deep that he consumes less oxygen than a sleeping reptile. Javier Bote was born in Spain with Marfan syndrome, a condition that elongates bones and makes joints hyperflexible. His superpower? He moves like a monster without the need for special effects. Hollywood discovered him, and he became the actor behind creatures like Niña Medeiros, Mama's Mother, and Slender Man. His limbs are so long, thin, and flexible that he can assume positions impossible for the human body. In China, Nong Yuhui was born with eyes that glow like a cat's when she gives birth. But that's not the strangest thing. He can see perfectly in complete darkness, as if he had natural night vision. Doctors tried to blind him with total darkness. He read, wrote, and played games as if it were midday. His vision in dark environments is superior even to that of some wild animals. Kim Peek inspired the character of Rain Man, but his real life was even more impressive. He had a congenital brain injury, which turned him into a human library. He memorized over 12,000 books word for word, including the Bible, dictionaries, phone books, world history, geography, and music theory. You'd read a page in front of him, and he'd already know it, forever. He could even read 2 pages at the same time, one with each eye. One of the strangest games in history, LSD Dream Emulator for PS1, is based on the real dreams its creator wrote down in a diary for 10 years. But the most disturbing thing, the game detects your behavior and transforms it into nightmares. If you're aggressive, the environments become darker, the characters more deformed, and the sounds more disturbing. At the 1988 Olympic Games, Bulgarian Stefan Botev suffered a partial fracture in his elbow while lifting 551 pounds. Instead of withdrawing, he asked to continue in the next round and managed to lift 573 pounds with his injured arm, securing the medal. Doctors said it was a miracle he didn't completely shatter his arm. He simply said, "The pain comes later. The glory is now." The Levian building, located in China, houses the tallest waterfall integrated into a structure, with an impressive drop of 354 feet. This monumental waterfall stands out not only for its height, but also for its innovative design, making it a unique attraction within modern architecture. The tumbling water creates a stunning visual spectacle, combining the majesty of nature with human engineering. It looks like something out of an alien movie, but it's 100% real and lives in Australia. This hive has such strange shapes that it seems tastefully designed by aliens. Its twisting tunnels and hypnotic structures leave scientists speechless. The Australian bee doesn't just make honey, it also makes alien art. In Tokyo during rush hour, a surprising task is carried out by the crowd pushers. These workers are tasked with helping passengers board trains when capacity is already at its limit, reaching up to 200% occupancy. Their job is to ensure that, despite the crowds, all passengers can enter the cars in an orderly manner. In Japan, special pillows known as lap desk pillows are available, shaped like desks. These pillows are designed to mimic the feeling of sitting at a desk. Many people who use them report that they provide emotional relief and a sense of comfort. In 2007, Pepsi surprised Japan by launching a limited edition version of its drink with an unusual yet refreshing flavor, Salty Pepsi, a cucumber flavor. This special version of the popular drink attracted attention for its unique combination of flavors, which offered a completely different experience than traditional options. In Canada, a surprisingly dark type of water, known for its black color, is marketed and enriched with fulvate minerals. This innovative product, called BLK, is promoted as a beverage with revitalizing properties, thanks to the natural minerals it contains. Despite its unusual appearance, black water has attracted the attention of consumers interested in the benefits of mineral supplements. At the New Jersey State Fair, the real racers are the pigs. With silly names and speedy legs, these little pigs compete like Formula One racers. The crowd screams, bets, and laughs as the pigs race for glory. No horses or cars here, just turbocharged ham. In 2015, Burger King Japan surprised the world by launching a perfume that recreated the scent of its famous Whopper. This unusual product, intended as a marketing strategy, immediately caught the attention of consumers. Despite the unusual idea, the hamburger-scented perfume caused such a stir that it sold out within hours. The ratel, also known as the honey badger, is a creature of modest size but surprisingly fearless, capable of fearlessly confronting cobras, wildcats, and even swarms of bees. Despite its compact appearance, this mammal possesses tough fur and a fierce attitude that make it a true warrior of the animal kingdom. In Norway, there is an amazing route known as the Atlantic Road, which connects several islands by means of a series of curved bridges that appear to float above the sea. This route bravely defies the ocean's furious climate, braving storms and giant waves that often crash against its structure. Its undulating design and integration with the surroundings make it a masterpiece of Scandinavian engineering. Nissan has designed office chairs that, thanks to autonomous car technology, can automatically return to their original position with just a clap. This innovation, although still rare due to its high cost, shows how technological advances can be integrated into the work environment to improve comfort and functionality. In Japan, square watermelons are grown, a variety that makes them easy to transport and display in stores. Although these fruits are more expensive than round ones, their geometric shape makes them especially attractive as gifts, highlighting their unique appearance. Furthermore, Their practical design allows for more efficient storage, as they stack easily. McLaren has created a stunning supercar using more than 340,000 Lego bricks, powered by nearly 800 electric motors. This amazing vehicle is a full-scale replica of one of its most iconic models, combining advanced engineering and the creativity of Lego bricks. The Tarkan dress is considered the oldest known woven garment worn in the early days of ancient Egypt. This valuable find was made in Cairo in 1913, providing a rare opportunity to explore the fashion and customs of one of the oldest civilizations. The discovery of this dress offers a direct connection to the origins of humanity. Audi has unveiled an innovative surfboard that fuses the precision of German engineering with the essence of surfing. This creation highlights the intersection of advanced technology and sport, offering a unique experience in both design and performance. The board stands out not only for its functionality, but also for its modern and elegant aesthetic. Tree kangaroos found in Australia and New Guinea have an incredible ability to leap distances of up to 30 feet between trees and launch themselves from heights of 59 feet without difficulty. This skill allows them to move with great agility in their forest environment. However, when they are on the ground, their movement is much more clumsy and slow, which creates a noticeable difference in their behavior. In Brazil, the jabuticaba tree is a fascinating natural phenomenon. Unlike other fruit trees, its fruits emerge directly from the trunk instead of developing on the branches. This peculiarity makes it a unique species, attracting the curiosity of botanists and visitors. The small, dark-colored fruits are highly prized for their flavor and versatility. The long-billed hummingbird has a fascinating characteristic. Its beak is considerably longer than its body, allowing it to reach nectar from hard-to-reach flowers. This particularity gives it an advantage over other birds, as it can explore flowers on taller or harder-to-reach stems. Thanks to this adaptation, the hummingbird can feed in areas where others cannot compete. The Mumbai Trans-Harbour Link, also known as Adaletu, is the longest sea bridge in India. This majestic bridge connects Mumbai with Navi Mumbai, spanning Fur Bay for an impressive 13 miles. The picturesque northern Italian town of Sirmione sits on a narrow strip of land that stretches 2.5 miles toward the stunning Lake Garda, the largest lake in the country. Its unique location offers spectacular views of the crystal-clear water and surrounding mountains, making it a popular destination for tourists and locals alike. At Milan's San Siro Stadium, a visual illusion is created that makes the exterior stairs appear to be rotating. However, these stairs are fixed in place. What really creates the sensation of movement is the constant flow of people descending, which tricks the brain into believing the stairs are moving. Samat hymns, a category of marine mollusks also called sea angels, are gelatinous and mostly transparent creatures. Among them, the largest species, Cleone limicina, can grow up to 2 inches long. Due to the lack of a dense shell, these animals are able to float for extended periods on the surface of the water. Brachycephalous frogs try to jump, but they usually land upside down, so tiny that they can't control their flight well. They hop like projectiles without direction or grace. Instead of acrobats, they look like disoriented mini-tops in the jungle. In 2018, Japan did it again. It launched Coca-Cola Clear, a transparent version of the classic drink. Caffeine-free, color-free, and with the same flavor. Although visually it looked like magic water. Ideal for those who want to refresh themselves without losing style or staining their glass. Another experiment from the country that turns the ordinary into something totally unexpected. Box turtles have an exceptional characteristic. Their shell is designed with a hinge that allows them to seal completely. This unique ability provides them with complete protection against potential dangers, acting as an impenetrable barrier. Thanks to this natural defense, turtles can effectively protect themselves from threats. In Switzerland, in the picturesque Babona River Valley, lies Forolio, a small town without electricity, ideal for relaxing during the high season. Its stone houses and an imposing 80-meter waterfall create a landscape worthy of a fairy tale. Washing and wringing out clothes in this place can be a demanding task. Anthony Bo Mina, or Tony Bo, is a renowned Spanish trials rider who has achieved a unique feat in the history of the sport, winning 34 world championships. Of these, 17 were won in outdoor competitions, while the other 17 were in indoor events. His extraordinary career has earned him the title of rider with the most world titles in the history of trials. Chongqing, located in southwest China, holds the title of the largest city in the world in terms of area, with an impressive total of 30,888 square miles. Its population is so vast that it doubles that of the entire country of Chile, establishing itself as an epicenter of urban life and economic activity. At the Municipal Library in Prague, you can admire an astonishing installation known as the Iridium Book Tower, the work of Slovak artist Matej Kren. This piece consists of a cylindrical column made up of more than 8,000 meticulously arranged books. Each volume was precisely positioned to create an impressive structure that seems to defy gravity. The actors who play zombies in The Walking Dead don't just wear makeup, they also undergo intensive training. Before going on stage, these actors attend a unique training program known as the Zombie Academy. There they learn to perfect how to walk, move, and behave like real zombies. This workshop teaches them how to adopt awkward postures and jerky gestures, essential to the series' realism. Lamb Bay, an island off the coast of Ireland, is home to an unusual population of wallabies, marsupials native to Australia. These animals arrived there as a result of a measure taken by Dublin Zoo during the 20th century. Faced with an overabundance of specimens, it was decided to relocate some to the island to alleviate the overpopulation. Since then, the wallabies have adapted remarkably well to the Irish environment. Eric Badlands Booker shocked the world by breaking a world record by drinking a gallon of lemonade in just 21 seconds. This feat gave him his 4th consecutive win in the renowned Nathan's Famous Lemonade Chug competition. His impressive speed has made him an iconic figure in this unique competition. An innovative means of transportation has been inaugurated in the city of Wuhan, capturing global attention, the so-called heavenly train. This modern vehicle gives the impression of defying the laws of physics by gliding suspended in the air, even while traveling upside down. Equipped with magnetic levitation technology, it moves without direct contact with rails or other surfaces. Nathan Paulin, famous for his high-flying feats, put on an unforgettable show as he crossed the Barcelona skyline on a thin rope 68 meters above the ground. The artist traveled 350 meters between the Telefonica and Generali buildings, located at either end of the iconic Plaza Catalunya. His daring walk captured the attention of everyone present. A tiny animal with huge eyes and slow movements. It looks like something out of a cartoon, but the slow loris is the only venomous primate in the world. This animal secretes a toxin from a gland in its arm, and when it licks that area, its bite becomes a biological weapon. If it bites you, the toxin can cause necrosis, paralysis, and even anaphylactic shock in humans. Daniel doesn't see numbers like you or I. He feels them, smells them, and sees them as colors and shapes. He's a savant with synesthesia, which means his brain translates numbers into a complete sensory experience. The result? He can recite over 22,000 decimal places of pi by heart, speak 11 languages, and solve complex calculations faster than a scientific calculator. Thought 20/20 was good eyesight? Veronica Sider knocks it out of the park with vision 20 times normal. Literally. He can see details over 1 mile away, read tiny text without assistance, and even distinguish individual pixels on a screen. It's like having an HD optical zoom camera built into his eyes. Stephen has autism, but also a superhuman level near photographic visual memory. He only needs to see a city from the air for a few minutes, and then he can draw it with every window, bridge, and pole without looking at any photos. A member of the Shaolin Temple, Yi Long is known as the painless monk. In fights and exhibitions, he has demonstrated the ability to take kicks, blows from sticks, needles, glass, and direct fire without reacting. He has been filmed breaking iron bars with his head and enduring abdominal piercings without bleeding. Natasha Demkina claims to have special vision that allows her to detect damaged organs, tumors, and even fractures. She has been studied by scientists in Japan, London, and New York. In some experiments, she successfully diagnosed patients without touching them and without prior knowledge. She says she sees a second layer of reality. At 9 years old, this Indian boy named Kishan Srikanth didn't just write a script. He directed, edited, and released an entire feature film, becoming the youngest film director in history, according to the Guinness World Records. His memory, organization, and understanding of audiovisual language were so advanced that even the adults on set followed his instructions as if they were working with Spielberg. A single muscle is capable of filtering up to 25 liters of water a day. These tiny marine heroes function as true natural purifiers, playing a key role in removing bacteria, microplastics, and other pollutants. Furthermore, in cities like New York, mussels are already being used to effectively monitor water quality. Crystal gem corn, an exceptional variety native to Mexico, features transparent kernels that reflect light impressively, almost as if they were made of glass. This visual uniqueness isn't the only thing that makes it remarkable. It also has a rich ancestral history. Black honey, or molasses, is a fascinating product that results from the sugar refining process. This thick, dark syrup is packed with essential nutrients, such as iron, calcium, and magnesium, making it a health-promoting option. Contrary to what many might imagine, its flavor isn't simply sweet, but rather features a unique blend of bitter and earthy notes that make it unmistakable. Damien Ortega, renowned for his ability to transform common objects into striking art installations, created one of his most impressive works, Cosmic Thing. This 2002 work takes a car and breaks it down into its individual parts, which it then suspends in the air. In Colombia, there is a house famous for its unusual design that attracts thousands of tourists annually. The most amazing thing about this building is that it's completely upside down. The furniture, lights, and even the bathroom are suspended from the ceiling. This peculiar project aims to defy the laws of gravity, offering a striking visual experience and a true challenge to the perception of those who visit. A grizzly bear's claws can grow up to 10 centimeters long, an impressive length that allows them to dig effortlessly and capture prey in their environment. However, what is truly surprising is that these claws are not only essential for hunting, but are also vital tools for their survival. The Solomonic column, an emblem of power that dates back to ancient Rome, features a unique spiral design. The complexity of its construction, achieved without the use of modern tools, remains an enigma in the field of architecture. This type of column, which has endured through the centuries, reflects the skill and ingenuity of ancient builders, who created a visually stunning and highly symbolic structure. The Lindsay Bridge, located in Chongqing, China, is a unique structure that functions as a neighborhood bridge. This innovative design houses homes, shops, and restaurants, blending traditional elements with modern advancements. Rather than simply a transit facility, this bridge offers a dynamic space where people live, work, and socialize, creating a blend of functionality and aesthetics. The new bicycle has revolutionized traditional design by eliminating the chain, incorporating instead an innovative magnetic gear system. This approach not only minimizes friction, but also significantly reduces the need for frequent maintenance. By eliminating the chain, the riding experience is smoother and more efficient. Alfred Edward Houseman, one of England's most influential poets, never published a book during his lifetime. Despite his vast literary output and the impact of his works, Houseman chose not to reveal many of them to the public in his time. His literary legacy was cemented posthumously, when his poems were published and achieved enormous popularity. In the small town of Campo de Mele, Italy, residents enjoy exceptionally long lives, living an average of over 95 years. The secret to this remarkable longevity appears to lie in the combination of a nutrient-rich Mediterranean diet, low stress levels, and a strong sense of community among its inhabitants. The Macapuno coconut, a unique variety native to the Philippines, is distinguished by its lack of water, but rather a soft, gelatinous pulp. This pulp, with its sweet flavor and creamy texture, is prized for its quality and eccentricity, making it a rare and expensive ingredient in tropical desserts. Some parrots have a life expectancy of over 80 years, making them extraordinary birds not only for their ability to imitate voices, but also for their surprising longevity. With such long lifespans, these birds can be faithful companions for a person's entire life, and can even be passed down from generation to generation. In the arid Phoenix Desert, Arizona, you can find a cactus so strange it looks like it came straight out of a prehistoric adventure movie. Its unusual shape and characteristics make it one of the region's most impressive natural wonders. This cactus seems almost like something from another time, with its robust structure and strange appearance, as if it had witnessed bygone eras. The Nokia 1100 holds the title of being the best-selling mobile phone of all time, with an impressive figure of more than 250 million units distributed worldwide. The pink handfish, native to Tasmania, has a surprising way of moving. It uses its fins like hands to walk on the ocean floor. This unique behavior makes it one of the most fascinating creatures in the marine kingdom. Unlike other fish, which swim with their fins, the pink handfish uses them to move slowly across the seafloor in search of food. In Iceland, the most consumed beverage isn't Coca-Cola, but appelsín, a refreshing, locally produced orange soda. This drink has become a true emblem of Icelandic culture, preferred by many across the country. In fact, Coca-Cola, noticing its popularity, decided to create its own branded version blended with a Pilsen flavor to suit local tastes. Despite its name, the famous Philadelphia cheese doesn't originate from the city that bears its name. It was invented in 1872 in New York, where a local dairy farmer decided to name it after the reputation for high-quality dairy products from the Philadelphia region. This creamy cheese quickly gained popularity, but the name remained a nod to the city's dairy tradition. In North Korea, personal style, even down to hair, is strictly regulated, with only 28 officially state-approved haircuts permitted. Any attempt to sport a hairstyle outside this list can be considered an act of disobedience, with legal consequences for those who violate it. In Peru, the Sky Lodge Adventure Suites offer a unique experience by allowing visitors to sleep inside glass capsules hanging from a cliff, over 394 feet high. These panoramic structures are anchored above the sacred valley of the Incas, offering spectacular views both day and night. Monster trucks, known for their extreme displays, are capable of jumping up to 33 feet in height. These mechanical beasts impress not only with their power, but also with their enormous weight. Each of their enormous tires can weigh up to 1,764 pounds. In Japan, a pair of Yubari melons fetched over $27,000 at auction and are considered a symbol of luxury and distinction. Meticulously cultivated in Hokkaido, these fruits are valued for their sweet flavor, impeccable shape, and flawless skin. Beyond being simple food, they represent a prestigious gift, especially at ceremonial or business events. In the Slovenian town of Trbovlja stands a colossal industrial chimney that reaches 1,181 feet in height, surpassing even the iconic Eiffel Tower. This structure, built in the 1970s, is one of the tallest of its kind on the planet. Its enormous size makes it an imposing visual landmark within the Slovenian landscape. The bird known as the long-tailed broadbill seems straight out of a fantasy tale due to its dazzling appearance. Although its tail is remarkably long, its head is what stands out most, decorated with an intense combination of bright colors, such as emerald green, turquoise blue, and golden yellow. This vibrant palette allows it to blend in with the vegetation while looking like a living jewel. At the heart of Universal Orlando Resort is Volcano Bay, a water park inspired by a tropical paradise. This destination combines exciting aquatic adventures with an exotic setting dominated by a majestic central volcano. Visitors can enjoy everything from dizzying slides to tranquil lazy rivers and wave pools. Located in the green hills of New Zealand, the village of Hobbiton was originally created as a film set for The Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit trilogies. Although it was originally built for filming, the site was preserved after the success of the films and transformed into a public attraction. In the warm, shallow waters of tropical regions, a strange marine organism known as brain coral grows. Its round structure and the grooves running through it give it an eerily similar appearance to a human brain. This coral formation is notable not only for its appearance, but also for its size, as it can reach up to almost 2 meters in height. In certain cases, some crocodiles, like Bob, an alligator born in 1997 in South Carolina, have a congenital anomaly that prevents them from developing a tail. This biological rarity occurs when the embryo experiences a developmental defect, resulting in an absent or underdeveloped tail. Although this type of malformation is rare, Bob has lived a relatively normal life, adapting to his environment without the need for his tail. Ostriches lack teeth, forcing them to adopt a unique method for digesting their food. Instead of chewing, they ingest small stones that help them grind food in their stomachs. This process allows their digestive system to efficiently process the hard, fibrous materials they consume. Something as sad as it was unusual happened in the Black Sea. More than 50,000 dolphins died due to the war in Ukraine. Underwater explosions and constant noise disrupted their navigation and communication. Many ran aground, others lost their way, victims of human conflict, a reminder of how even the most innocent beings suffer the ravages of war. High on Kjerag Mountain in southern Norway lies an astonishing giant rock trapped between two cliffs. This natural monument stands out for its size and the way it seems to defy the forces of nature. The rock, with its imposing presence, has been shaped over thousands of years by erosion and extreme weather. Waitomo Cave, located on New Zealand's North Island, is famous for its stunning underground landscape and spectacular geological formations. One of its greatest attractions is the magical natural spectacle that occurs when thousands of glowworms illuminate the cave walls, creating a surreal atmosphere. Henry, a crocodile born in 1900, remains a prominent figure in South Africa, despite his impressive age of over 120 years. This reptile has witnessed more history than many humans could imagine, becoming one of the longest-lived and most fascinating animals in the world. Throughout its life, it has survived numerous changes in its environment in different stages of human history. Pitaya, also known as dragon fruit, grows on cacti, and its development process is as intriguing as its appearance. This fruit, with its vibrant, scaly skin, forms on plants that thrive in hot, dry climates. As it ripens, its exotic and colorful appearance makes it a true eye-catcher, in addition to offering a sweet and refreshing taste. Before being used on the courts, basketballs go through a meticulous artisanal finishing process that guarantees their quality. This process involves a series of detailed steps, from assembly to final inspection, to ensure each ball meets the highest standards. Attention to detail is crucial to maintaining the ball's durability and performance in the game. The cassowary, recognized as the most dangerous bird on the planet, is distinguished by its imposing size and extremely sharp talons, capable of inflicting serious injuries. This animal, native to the tropical rainforests of Australia and New Guinea, has a formidable appearance, with a bony helmet on its head and a fierce defensive posture. This stick insect, native to Madagascar, stands out for its fascinating bright blue color and orange-red spines. Its unique appearance makes it one of the most striking specimens of the local fauna, reflecting the island's rich biodiversity. Its ability to blend into its surroundings makes it even more intriguing. This insect is just one of the many natural secrets that Madagascar hides. The horned walnut caterpillar, with its distinctive orange spines, is one of the largest on the planet. During its larval stage, it can grow up to 6 inches in length before transforming into a moth. Despite its menacing appearance, with its bright colors and spines, this caterpillar is completely harmless. Its size and unusual appearance make it stand out in nature, but it poses no danger to humans. A harmless underwater rock? Number 1. What you're seeing is the most poisonous fish in the world. The Sinansea, known as the stonefish, camouflages itself perfectly among corals or sandy bottoms and can inject a toxin that paralyzes muscles and stops the heart. The worst part is that it doesn't attack out of hunger or defense. You're just walking on the beach, you accidentally step on it, and bam, your body collapses. Ben lost his sight at age 3 due to cancer, but he developed a skill that changed his destiny: human echolocation. He clicked his tongue and listened to the sound that bounced off objects like bats or dolphins. This allowed him to ride a bike, play basketball, run, dodge objects, and even identify materials by their echoes. His abilities were studied by neuroscientists, who confirmed his brain was activating the visual part without seeing anything. Yosef Mengele, obsessed with twins, performed cross-breeding of blood between siblings, in addition to forced inseminations, coordinated mutilations, and brutal growth monitoring. Sometimes, if one of the twins died, the other was also executed for comparative autopsies, all in an attempt to understand how to duplicate perfect human beings as if they were photocopies. In Serbia, they call him Biba Struja, translated as ordinary man, because he can touch 20,000-volt live wires without flinching. His body can withstand electrical charges that would kill anyone. And on top of that, he can turn on light bulbs with just his hands. The key seems to lie in his skin, which is 10 times drier than a normal person's, reducing conductivity. But he also stores energy in his body like a human battery. Joy from Scotland discovered that her husband smelled different months before being diagnosed with Parkinson's. It wasn't sweat nor perfume. It was a specific scent, impossible to explain. Since then, she has become the subject of study. It has been proven that she can identify neurodegenerative diseases like Parkinson's through smell alone, even before clinical symptoms appear. Esref was born completely blind in Turkey. He never saw the light of day, but despite that, he can paint landscapes, portraits, and even 3D scenes with precise perspective. His secret: he uses touch to see objects, memorizes them with his hands, and then represents them on paper with incredible visual logic. Harvard scientists analyzed his brain and found that his visual lobe activates as if he could actually see. It's not a metaphor. This American ultra-marathoner can run for hours, days, even weeks without tiring like a normal person. Dean ran 348 miles in 80 hours without sleep, crossed America running more than 2,983 miles in 75 days, and has completed 50 marathons in 50 days in 50 different states. A 16-year-old teenager broke a world record by breaking blocks with his head. This is Kerem Ahmetsapahik, originally from Bosnia. The young man achieved this feat by crushing a large number of blocks in a short time. His impressive strength and endurance earned him a place in the Guinness Book of Records. After being brutally beaten during a mugging, Jason developed a rare form of synesthesia that allows him to see mathematical patterns in everything around him. He's now able to draw perfect fractals and graph complex equations without prior training. His brain was analyzed and hyperconnectivity between visual and numerical areas was discovered. This Frenchman, nicknamed Monsieur Mange-Tout, translated as Mr. Eat Everything, had a digestive system resistant to glass, steel, and rubber. Literally, among his feats, he ate a bicycle, a television, a coffin, and even an entire airplane, piece by piece for 2 years. For years, Minecraft was believed to be infinite, but a player named Mystical Midget went so far that the game began to visually crash. And beyond 30 million blocks, he found the Farlands, a bugged area that resembled an alternate dimension. Although Mojang officially removed it in newer versions, code-obsessed players discovered that it can still be accessed using older versions. Oscar Pistorius, known as the Blade Runner, was the first double amputee to compete in the Olympic Games alongside conventional athletes. He did so in London 2012, running with his carbon fiber prosthetics. Although he didn't win a medal, his presence broke all physical and social barriers, proving that the limit isn't in the body, but in the mind. The common flycatcher, a small tropical bird with bright, colorful plumage, possesses an extraordinary ability. It can fly backward. Although this phenomenon is typically associated with hummingbirds, the common flycatcher takes it to an impressive level. Thanks to its dexterity in the air, it can move with such precision that it feeds directly on flowers without its wings brushing the petals. Atole is a traditional Mexican beverage dating back to pre-Hispanic times, with a history spanning over 3,000 years. Originally, it was prepared as part of religious ceremonies and used corn as its main ingredient. This thick and nutritious beverage not only had nutritional purposes, but also spiritual ones, being considered a gift from the gods. The Arctic tern, a small bird no larger than a sparrow, undertakes the longest recorded migration in the animal kingdom. Every year, this incredible traveler covers a distance of 13,670 miles, crossing 2 continents from the Arctic to Antarctica. This astonishing long-range journey is not only a testament to its endurance, but also to its ability to adapt to extreme conditions. Michael Phelps, who holds 23 Olympic gold medals, possesses several physical characteristics that make him exceptionally suited to swimming. His incredible flexibility, combined with his long legs and astonishing lung capacity, make him an athlete biologically adapted to this sport. In Denmark, parents must select names for their children from an official list containing approximately 7,000 approved options. If they want a name outside this list, they must request permission from the government, which has the authority to refuse it if it deems it harmful to the child's well-being. In the Philippines, divorce is completely prohibited, leaving couples with few options to dissolve their marriage. Instead, they must resort to processes such as annulment or legal separation, options that are not considered a formal divorce. This situation has generated intense debate in society, especially regarding personal freedom and respect for the country's traditions. This imposing castle called Blarney, located on an island in Ireland, has more than 500 years of history. After its owners abandoned the site in 1810, it remained uninhabited for 224 years. Architect John Nash was tasked with restoring it, expanding its structure, and giving it a new air of sophistication as a summer residence. In Lençóis Maranhenses National Park, located in Brazil, you can admire dunes that shine with an intense white, similar to snow. This natural landscape offers a breathtaking view, almost dreamlike, where the shapes of the dunes combine with crystal-clear lagoons. The unique beauty of this place makes it a fascinating destination for those seeking natural wonders. Halden Prison, located in Norway, stands out as one of the most innovative prison facilities in the world. Opened in 2010, it is known for its emphasis on rehabilitation and respect for inmates. Its design seeks to simulate an environment closer to daily life, rather than resorting to harsh punishment. In the city of Xiamen, China, there is a highway that stretches 5 miles over the sea. This stretch of road seems to defy gravity, floating on the water, and offers stunning views to those who travel along it. The experience of driving along this unique road offers a natural landscape that captures the attention of all travelers. Bangladesh is distinguished by its extremely high population density, which is reflected in the way people get around. Ferries, often overloaded, carry packed crowds that overwhelm the boats. These ships often seem to be at capacity, challenging space and safety conditions. In the village of Zarpado, Greece, stands a church tilted at 17 degrees, causing dizziness and nausea in visitors. In 2012, a landslide devastated the site, leaving it in ruins and uninhabited. Today, this desolate site attracts tourists and urban adventurers seeking to explore its mysteries. Bohol Island is dotted with more than 1,000 hills, and its name is no coincidence. During the dry season, the grass that covers them turns from green to brown, transforming the landscape into hills reminiscent of mounds of chocolate. It's a natural spectacle that looks like it came straight from a candy factory. After nearly 70 years of dialogue and planning, Sweden and Denmark finally realized a monumental engineering feat, the Øresund Bridge. This majestic construction unites the two nations, which previously could only be connected by sea or air transport. The Baltic Strait, which for centuries was a natural obstacle, is now crossed by this road connection. At the Giants Live World Tour 2023 finals, one of the most demanding challenges was the dreaded Conan wheel. This iconic apparatus, which weighs approximately 441 pounds, tests not only the athlete's physical power, but also their extreme endurance. It requires each competitor to maintain a steady pace while carrying an overwhelming load. In the Middle Ages, there was no toilet paper, so people used anything to clean themselves: leaves, hay, old clothes, and even stones or shells. But the worst part, in castles and monasteries, it was common to have shared sponges soaked in vinegar, which were passed from person to person. And in rural areas, when there was nothing available, the left hand was used. That's why in many cultures it became the unclean hand. Reinhold Messner was the first human to climb Mount Everest completely solo and without supplemental oxygen in 1980. The medical community said that was literally impossible, but he did it. And he did it twice. In deadly temperatures, without support ropes, without tanks, just his body, his mind, in the mountain. They called him the man who conquered the limits of life. On the island of Bahia, Brazil, a community has transformed aluminum cans into original sound costumes. In Madre de Deus, more than 30 participants paraded through the streets in costumes called Piero, made from 1,600 beer and soda cans. These costumes are not only visually striking, but they also make sounds when they move, creating a unique experience. Speed cubing prodigy Max Park has achieved an impressive world record by solving a 3x3x3 Rubik's Cube in just 3.13 seconds. The 21-year-old American broke the previous record of 3.47 seconds, set in 2018 by Chinese cubist Yuxin Liu. The Chinese internet is abuzz with a sculpture called The Kiss in the Sky in Wulong, Chongqing. Some people are mocking the work's curious shape, while others are desperate to climb it. The interesting thing is that the sculpture is inspired by an ancient Chinese legend, which tells the love story between a prince and a fairy. And the best part? Tourists can climb to the top of the sculpture. It's more than 164 feet above the ground and sits atop a mountain that's over 3,937 feet high. In 1997, IBM's Deep Blue supercomputer defeated world chess champion Garry Kasparov in a series of chess matches. It was the first time a computer had defeated a world champion in a full game, marking a significant milestone in the development of artificial intelligence. Casa Batlló is a famous modernist building in Barcelona, Spain, designed by architect Antoni Gaudí and known for its surreal and colorful facade. The design is said to be inspired by nature and features shapes that evoke the bone anatomy and skin texture of a dragon. The Ilipica is a tiny mammal discovered in the Tian Shan Mountains of China in 1983, which has become one of the rarest and critically endangered species. Although it resembles a rabbit, it is much smaller and has short ears. Its unique appearance and difficult access make it a true enigma of nature. Jai Alai, originating in the Basque Country, is the sport that uses the fastest ball in the world. This ball, known as the basketball, can reach speeds of up to 186 miles per hour, surpassing the speed of many other balls in traditional sports. a true display of speed and skill. The artworks of Adrian M. and Claire B. combine augmented reality with physical elements to create immersive and interactive experiences. Their work fuses real-time animations with fluid movements, transforming the perception of space into striking visual illusions. They use devices such as tablets and smartphones to superimpose digital layers over real objects, bringing to life geometric shapes, dynamic fluids, and dreamlike figures that respond to the viewer's movement. The Neogama is a next-generation humanoid robot created by the Norwegian company Unks Technologies, designed to assist with household chores and provide companionship. With its friendly appearance, covered by a knitted suit that conceals its metallic structure, it stands out for its fluid movements that mimic human gait. Songkran is the Thai water festival that marks the Buddhist New Year. During this festival, people throw water at each other in the streets as a symbol of purification and renewal. It is one of Thailand's largest and most colorful festivals. Sid Meier's Civilization 7 VR is the first version of the famous virtual reality strategy series, developed by Playside Studios and published by 2K, exclusive to Meta Quest 3 and 13S. This title will offer an immersive experience in which players can manage civilizations from a virtual command table, as if it were an interactive board game. Stephen Wiltshire, a British artist with autism and an impressive photographic memory, is able to draw entire cities from memory, isolated with headphones while listening to music from the 70s and 80s. He has been recreating in public the vast Mexico City skyline, which he captured during a brief flyover lasting less than half an hour. Brian Shaw, born on February 26, 1982, is an American strongman noted for his incredible strength and 4 World's Strongest Man titles. Standing 6 feet 8 inches tall and weighing over 397 pounds, he has made his mark in extreme competitions, such as the Atlas Stone Lift and the deadlift of nearly 1,102 pounds, becoming one of the most dominant athletes in the history of the sport. Located in the Indian Ocean, North Sentinel Island is part of the Andaman Archipelago, but it's completely inaccessible to any visitor. The reason? It's inhabited by the Sentinelese, a tribe that has rejected all contact with the outside world for thousands of years. Hacksmith is known for creating science fiction technology. His lightsaber uses plasma to generate a blade that cuts through materials, bringing us closer to Star Wars gadgets. He also designed an eye movement-controlled laser beam. Powerful enough to burn small objects, it brings movie technology closer to reality. In 2006, Trevon Johnson, a promising 19-year-old college athlete, left his home in Colorado for a meeting with his coach. He was on foot as usual. He never arrived. The last time he was seen, he was a few minutes from campus. The strange thing is that his routine was clear, his usual route, and there were no witnesses to indicate a fight, accident, or altercation. He didn't carry much money, nor did he have any known conflicts. Although it may sound disturbing, in some rural areas of Romania, a little-known tradition called Nunta Mortului, or Wedding of the Dead, still survives. This involves celebrating a symbolic marriage between a living person and a deceased person, especially if the deceased died unmarried. In Finland, there's an annual competition called Kanto, or Wife Carrying World Championship, where men must carry their wives on their shoulders through an obstacle course filled with mud and water. The tradition dates back to the 19th century, inspired, they say, by a famous bandit named Rosvo Ronkanen, who forced his would-be thieves to prove their strength by carrying women. It sounds like an internet joke, but it's not. The pinky-handed fish is an animal that literally walks on the sea floor using modified fins that look like hands. It lives in the deep, cold waters near Tasmania, Australia. Instead of moving like other fish, they use their front hands to drag themselves along the underwater sand, as if they were taking a slow, clumsy walk. In Scotland, especially in rural areas of the Highlands, there's an old and dirty tradition called Blackening, in which future brides and grooms are ambushed by their friends and doused in a mixture of rotten food, soot, flour, raw fish, feathers, molasses, dirt, and more. Chuk, an 11-year-old elephant in Cambodia, walks freely thanks to an innovative prosthesis made from recycled tires. This prosthesis was fitted after he lost a leg due to a trap set by poachers. With this device, Chuk has regained much of his mobility, allowing him to continue leading a relatively normal life. In Belgium, there is a peculiarly designed hotel shaped like a colon called Casanis. This unique accommodation has become a striking tourist attraction, standing out among traditional options due to its unusual structure. Guests can spend the night inside this curious building that simulates a human organ, creating a surreal experience. Mirumi is a robot with a furry design that attaches itself to its owner's arm and turns its head toward whatever captures its interest. Its behavior simulates the curiosity typical of children, allowing it to establish a genuine emotional connection with people. This unique characteristic makes it an interactive companion that naturally reflects attention and wonder. Juan Pedro Franco, originally from Mexico, held the title of being the fattest man in the world, reaching a weight of over 1,300 pounds. However, his story took an impressive turn when, after undergoing surgery, he managed to lose more than 660 pounds. This transformation process was not only a physical challenge, but also an emotional one, and his success became an inspiring example of overcoming obstacles. Seijin is a true master of robotic dance, mastering every movement with surprising precision. Their machine-like gestures synchronize perfectly with the music, creating choreographies that seem straight out of a futuristic world. The wedding of Anant Ambani, son of India's richest man, was a true spectacle of luxury and extravagance. Celebrities such as Kim Kardashian, Rihanna, Justin Bieber, John Cena, and Tony Blair attended the event, surrounded by dazzling decor worthy of a modern fairy tale. The event became a global landmark for its opulence, with glittering costumes, fireworks, and exclusive performances. Can you imagine avoiding Manhattan traffic and flying directly to John F. Kennedy International Airport by helicopter? Uber Helicopter offers an exclusive service to make it happen, allowing users to enjoy breathtaking aerial views while arriving at their destination quickly and elegantly. Although this service is only available on special dates, it is undoubtedly a luxurious option for those seeking a unique experience. Domino's Pizza took fast food delivery to the next level by using a jetpack to deliver pizzas at a festival. Imagine seeing a delivery driver flying through the air, delivering your hot, fresh pizza in a matter of minutes. This innovative combination of speed and creativity shows how technology can transform the fast food experience. The island of Sulawesi, Indonesia, the Toraja people perform a ritual that challenges everything we believe about death. Every 3 years, they unearth their deceased relatives, dress them in new clothes, clean their bodies, and take photos of them as if they were alive. This ritual is called manin, and far from seeming macabre, it is an act of love and respect. The dead are considered an active part of the family, and they are not abandoned or forgotten. Joseph's Machine is an ingenious creator known for his extravagant inventions of unusual alarm clocks. One of his most striking inventions is an alarm clock that literally throws water in his face to ensure he wakes up. But that's not all. He's also designed elaborate systems based on the principle of chain reactions, like enormous Rube Goldberg machines, where a sequence of falling, rolling, or colliding objects ultimately forces him to get out of bed. To promote the hit series The Walking Dead, the creators devised an advertising campaign as original as it was terrifying. Zombies began appearing on screens at some bus stops. These screens were equipped with augmented reality technology, showing zombie figures walking down the street or rapidly approaching from the background as if they were about to attack. A surfer has managed to combine his passion for the sea with a completely unexpected idea, teaching children to ride waves, accompanied by his goat, named Pismo, who surprisingly balances on the board like a true professional surfer. This unusual initiative was the brainchild of Dana McGregor, a 44-year-old Californian instructor. In 2002, Brittany Gallivan broke the record for folding paper 12 times, something many believed physically impossible. She used a very long roll of paper and applied mathematical formulas she developed herself to achieve it. This small Japanese crab, called Haikagani, has a shell with natural reliefs that resemble a human face, specifically that of an angry samurai warrior. Legend says they are the spirits of the Heike warriors who fell in the Battle of Dan no Ura, a naval war that took place in 1885. It looks like a creature out of Alien, but the phronema is totally real. This small, transparent, deep ocean crustacean lives inside the gelatinous shells it creates from the bodies of other animals. The phronema attacks salps, hollows them out, and then burrows into the hollow body, using it as a shelter and nursery for its young. In 1910, Dorothy Arnold, a young New York heiress, went dress shopping on Fifth Avenue. She was 25 years old, had a comfortable life, and aspirations as a writer. She was last seen buying chocolates. Then, she never returned. There was no apparent kidnapping, no letter, no witnesses. An innovative bag specially designed for water purification is capable of removing up to 99.99% of contaminants present in the liquid, thanks to a highly effective, fast-acting chemical powder. This device is ideal for emergency situations, natural disasters, or areas where access to clean water is limited. Power Taekwondo is a spectacular form of Taekwondo that combines the precision and discipline of this traditional martial art with explosive movements, impressive acrobatics, and displays of strength. In this more extreme and visually stunning version, practitioners perform techniques that break boards, concrete blocks, and other resistant materials, using flying kicks, mid-air spins, and powerful punches. Imagine a Tesla with giant wheels over 10 feet tall. This extreme experiment demonstrates how such a radical design can completely alter a vehicle's stability and handling. Mounted on colossal tires, the electric sedan defies curves and potholes with unique and unexpected style. At the Manchester Museum, a security camera captured a disconcerting phenomenon in 2013. A small 4,000-year-old Egyptian statue began to slowly rotate, untouched. The movement only occurred during the day and seemed to stop at night. In 2014, Lars Mittank, a 28-year-old German man, went on vacation with friends to Bulgaria. He got into a fight that caused a minor ear injury, so he couldn't fly immediately. His friends returned, and he was left alone. In the following days, he began behaving strangely. He sent messages to his mother saying he was being followed, that they wanted to steal his organs, and that he was hiding. He was seen in a clinic, acting nervous. The CMY cube is a striking visual piece that changes color depending on the angle you view it from. It uses cyan, magenta, and yellow filters that magically combine to create ever-changing optical illusions. At first glance, it appears to be a static object, but simply move it and the colors dance and transform. In 1963, an underwater volcanic eruption off Iceland created something extraordinary. A new island, called Surtsey, rose from the sea like a gift from the earth. But from the beginning, something radical was decided. No one could set foot on it except authorized scientists. The reason is that Surtsey represents a natural laboratory for studying how life arises in a completely unspoiled environment. Kinball is a sport as unusual as it is fun, where 3 teams compete simultaneously using a huge ball over 1 meter in diameter. Before throwing the ball, players must shout out the name of the team they're targeting, and that group must catch it before it hits the ground. The key is cooperation, agility, and strategy to keep the ball in play. Asha Mandela carries a story on her head that stretches over 63 feet of dreadlocks. For more than 20 years, she has woven patience, identity, and pride into every strand. Her hair is not only the longest in the world, it's a living link to her African roots. Every twist and knot tells a story of strength and culture. The Selkirk Rex looks like a cat that dressed up as a sheep and stayed that way forever. Its curly, soft, and fluffy fur isn't the work of a groomer, but rather a curious genetic mutation. It's so adorable that you just want to hug it without asking. A ball of feline curls that wins hearts. The Kelencan, a prehistoric bird native to South America, grew up to 10 feet tall and had a 16-inch beak. This imposing predator was a formidable creature that dominated its environment, comparable in ferocity to the dinosaurs. Its large size and sharp beak allowed it to hunt and defend itself with great efficiency. Kalpana Balan, originally from India, holds the astonishing world record of having 38 teeth in her mouth, a number far greater than the human average of 32. Her condition, which defies anatomical norms, has caught the attention of dental experts. Inca Kola, the yellow-colored drink that originated in Peru, became so popular that it forced Coca-Cola to capitalize on its success by buying a stake in the company in 1999. This soda, with a unique flavor that many describe as a cross between bubblegum and lemon verbena, became a true emblem of Peruvian culture. Lucy the Elephant is a huge sculpture built in 1881 on the New Jersey shore, made of wood and covered with metal sheets. This unusual structure, shaped like a giant elephant, was originally used as a hotel, real estate office, and even a speakeasy. Over time, Lucy has transformed into a cultural icon and historical attraction, with over a century of history behind it. For the young men of the Satre Mawe tribe in the Brazilian Amazon, becoming men requires undergoing one of the most painful initiation rituals on the planet, enclosing their hands in gloves filled with bullet ants. These ants have one of the most painful stings in the world, described as a burning torture that lasts 24 hours. Yet the boys must endure more than 300 of these insects biting them for 10 minutes without crying or showing weakness. In Mongolia, one of the most popular and traditional drinks is called arog, or kumis, which is fermented mare's milk. The curious thing isn't just its sour, foamy flavor, but the fact that it's served at almost every social occasion, from parties to funerals. Imagine a squid that looks like it's made of blown glass. Now stop imagining it, because it exists. It's the glass squid, an almost completely transparent animal that lives in the ocean depths between 650 and 3,300 feet below the surface. This squid has evolved extreme transparency to avoid detection by predators. The wire-tailed manakin, the bird that makes sounds with its wings. In the jungles of Central America lives a bird so strange that its song comes not from its beak, but from its wings. The Manicus vitellinus, known as the wire-tailed manakin, produces high-pitched metallic clicking sounds by rubbing its modified wing feathers together, as if it were a living instrument. It uses this mechanical song to attract females during its mating dance. In 2007, 3-year-old Madeleine McCann disappeared while sleeping at a luxury resort in Portugal. Her parents were having dinner a few meters away. When they returned, the window was open, and Madeleine was gone. The case exploded in the media. Millions of euros spent, international searches, hundreds of suspects, and more than 8,000 leads. Despite everything, no conclusive evidence was ever found. Not a single recording, not a single reliable lead. In India, one of the most confusing gestures for foreigners is the head bobble, a nod that isn't a Western-style yes or no. It's a slight sideways shake that can have multiple meanings, depending on the context, tone, and speed. The fascinating thing is that there's no single translation. Sometimes it means yes, other times maybe, other times I understand, or simply I'm listening. In Thailand, some Chinese pilgrims participate in extreme rituals as part of their spiritual practices during the famous vegetarian festival. In an act of devotion and purification, many insert knives, nails, or other sharp objects through their mouths, cheeks, or tongues as a way to purge their sins and demonstrate their absolute devotion to the gods. This boy has taken creativity to the next level by building a functional bridge using only coins. Without the need for glue or foreign materials, he transformed something as ordinary as coins into an incredible feat of engineering. In this video, I'll show you step by step how you can create your own balance bridge using around 200 coins. In February 1959, 9 young Soviet mountaineers died under unexplained conditions in the Ural Mountains. The group, led by Igor Dyatlov, was camping on a hillside when, in the middle of the night, they ripped their tent open from the inside and fled half naked into the extreme cold of -22 degrees Fahrenheit. The most chilling thing was their bodies. Some had internal fractures comparable to a car accident, others were naked and missing their tongues, and one showed signs of radiation. There were no fingerprints or signs of a struggle. In many cultures, blowing out candles or taking a bite of cake is an essential part of a birthday. But in Venezuela, especially in working-class neighborhoods, there is a crazier tradition, throwing flour, eggs, and even cold water at the birthday boy or girl. The custom begins innocently enough. Someone approaches with an egg and gently breaks it over the birthday boy's head. In France, a treasure of humanity, the Lascaux Cave, discovered in 1940, contains cave paintings more than 17,000 years old. For years, tourists flocked to see it. But in 1963, scientists detected something alarming. Carbon dioxide from human breath was damaging the paintings. Discovered in the jungles of Papua New Guinea, the bat Yoda was nicknamed for its incredible resemblance to the Jedi Master from Star Wars. His pointy ears, flat nose, and round wise eyes lead many to believe he was directly inspired by the character. Also known as the satanic leaf-tailed gecko, the Euryplatus fantasticus lives in the forests of Madagascar and resembles a creature from the underworld. Its body mimics a dried leaf in detail, with veins, jagged edges, and a tail that looks like it's about to decompose. Disc golf, also known as disc golf or even frisbee golf, combines the basic principles of traditional golf, such as advancing around a course in the fewest throws possible, but instead of a ball and club, flying discs similar to frisbees are used. The objective is to throw the disc toward a chain metal basket, which acts as the hole in conventional golf. In 2014, Relisha Rudd, an 8-year-old African-American girl living with her mother in a Washington, D.C. shelter, began skipping school. Her mother said she was with a doctor named Khalil Tatum, a custodian at the shelter. The disturbing thing is that this doctor wasn't even a doctor. In South Korea, a cafe has taken creativity to the max, creating a completely black and white space where everything looks like something out of a comic book. The walls, furniture, and even the utensils are designed as if they were hand-drawn, creating a unique and surreal atmosphere. In some Japanese restaurants, diners can catch their own food directly from tanks filled with fresh fish. This unique experience combines the fun of fishing with the literal freshness of food. It's like enjoying a meal in its most authentic and direct version of the ocean. The blobfish, probably one of the ugliest animals in the world, only has that melted appearance when taken from its natural habitat. It lives at depths of over 3,300 feet, where the pressure is immense. In that environment, its gelatinous body functions perfectly. It has no swim bladder or strong muscles and floats gracefully on the seafloor, waiting for scraps of food to reach it. This strange, four-eyed freshwater fish, native to Central and South America, is known for its unique visual ability. It has 2 horizontally divided eyes, allowing it to see simultaneously above and below the water. They are not literally 4 eyes, but each eye has 2 retinas and 2 independent corneas. Have you ever wanted to sleep like your pet? Now you can, thanks to Poofle, a bed for humans inspired by classic dog and cat beds. With an oval shape and padded edges, It's designed to envelop the body and offer a unique and comforting sleeping experience. In 1990, McDonald's opened its first restaurant in the Soviet Union, right on Moscow's iconic Pushkin Square, marking a historic moment. Thousands of people lined up for hours to try a Western-style hamburger for the first time. It was more than an opening. It symbolized the arrival of capitalism in a nation undergoing transformation. Mount Nyiragongo, in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, is home to one of the world's few active lava lakes, glowing like a fiery cauldron. This volcano is so unpredictable that its lava can flow at incredible speeds, scorching everything in its path. Its mesmerizing beauty contrasts with the danger it poses to nearby communities. In Whittier, a remote town in Alaska, almost all of its residents live under the same roof, in a building called the Begich Towers. This enormous complex houses everything from homes and a general store to a clinic, a police station, and even a post office. Motoball is an extreme and adrenaline-fueled version of soccer, where players riding motorcycles chase a giant ball to score goals. The goalkeeper, however, remains on foot, defending the goal with agility and skill. In Cuba, taxis are not like the ones we're used to seeing in other parts of the world. They're vintage vehicles, known as almendrones for their elongated shape, are the mainstays of public transportation. These cars, many of which date back to the 1950s, have been restored and adapted to continue circulating on Cuban streets. In the peculiar town of Barl, located between Belgium and the Netherlands, it's possible to cross the border simply by walking a few steps. The borders there are so irregular that some homes have interior spaces divided between the two countries, depending on the exact location of the main entrance. This strange geographical configuration turns Barley into a veritable international labyrinth where laws can shift from one side of the room to the other. The hoatzin is one of the most extraordinary birds in existence. It is distinguished by being the only known ruminating bird capable of chewing leaves in a manner similar to that of cows. Its beak, with 2 rows of sharp edges, is specially adapted for tearing and crushing vegetation. Furthermore, its saliva plays a key role in the decomposition process of leaves before they are digested. The elf owl is the smallest owl in the world, reaching a maximum height of approximately 12 centimeters. Despite its diminutive size, this bird is very agile and possesses great hunting ability, using its keen sense of sight and hearing to detect its prey. It primarily inhabits dense forests and areas of thick vegetation, where its small size allows it to hide easily. In 2007, Andrew Gosden, a brilliant 14-year-old British boy, left his house as if he were going to school, but instead went to a train station and bought a one-way ticket to London. A camera caught him leaving the station, and since then, he's been swallowed up by the earth. In Massachusetts, United States, lies a huge rock covered in inscriptions carved in unknown symbols. Known as Dighton's Rock, the markings bear no resemblance to any indigenous language or European characters, and its exact age remains undetermined. In Denmark, turning 25 without getting married is no small feat. It's reason to be attacked with ground cinnamon. Yes, you read that right. Friends and family throw cinnamon at the person as a traditional prank. The victim must remain still while they throw kilos of cinnamon, even using blowtorches or hair dryers to make it stick properly to the body. Sometimes it's done on the street, other times in homes. But laughter and sneezes is always guaranteed. Discovered in 2005 near the depths of the South Pacific, the Yeti crab, or Kiwa hirsuta, gets its name from its strange white fur, reminiscent of the legendary Himalayan Yeti. This crustacean measures no more than 6 inches, but what makes it special are its hair-covered claws called setae, which harbor bacteria. At first glance, you might think it's floating disembodied, and you'd be almost right. The Greta Otto, known as the glass-winged butterfly, is an insect whose most incredible feature is that its wings are completely transparent. Native to Central and Northern South America, this butterfly has wings that lack pigment and are made up of very thin, microscopic scales. At first glance, it looks like a colorful shrimp, but the mantis shrimp is one of the most amazing creatures in the ocean. It has the most complex eyes in the animal kingdom, and a striking ability so strong it can shatter aquarium glass. Its eyes can detect light polarization, ultraviolet light, and up to 12 types of colors. In the city of Axum, Ethiopia, there is a small chapel called the Church of Our Lady Mary of Zion, where, according to tradition, the Ark of the Covenant is kept, the biblical object that contained the tablets of the Ten Commandments. The most disconcerting thing is that no one can see or inspect it. Only a monk chosen for life has access, and he remains locked inside the compound until his death. He is not allowed to leave, speak to others, or show the content. In France, baguette vending machines have become an ingenious solution to keep the tradition of artisanal bread alive. Connected to local bakeries, these machines deliver freshly baked baguettes 24 hours a day, guaranteeing freshness and flavor at any time. Few creatures are as mysterious as this turtle. The Raphitus swinhoe is the rarest turtle in the world and possibly the most reclusive, with fewer than 3 known specimens remaining on the planet. It lives or used to live in the Yangtze River and some lakes in Southeast Asia, but its population has been decimated by habitat loss and hunting. This fish looks like a digital creation, but it exists. The Macropinna microstoma is a deep-sea fish from the North Pacific, known for having a completely transparent top, revealing its fluorescent green eyes inside. Deep in the Amazon rainforest lives the Yanomami tribe, one of the last relatively isolated indigenous communities in the world. They have inhabited this region for centuries, preserving their customs, language, and connection with nature. It is estimated that between 35,000 and 40,000 Yanomami live in more than 200 villages between Brazil and Venezuela. This marine mollusk, found in tropical waters of the Indo-Pacific, is one of the ocean's most visually striking creatures. The Pteriolidia ianthina not only has a shape reminiscent of a dragon with shiny hairs, but it also possesses an ability few animals possess. It photosynthesizes by association. In 1984, in Bhopal, India, a Union Carbide pesticide plant, now part of Dow Chemical, accidentally released 40 tons of methyl isocyanate, a lethal gas. The cause? A safety system shut down to save money and negligent maintenance. Within hours, thousands of people died in their sleep. The gas entered homes like a murderous fog. In the middle of the Indian Ocean, surrounded by turquoise waters and perfect beaches, lies Diego Garcia, an island that looks like something out of a postcard, but you can't visit it. In the 1970s, the indigenous inhabitants, known as Chagosians, were forcibly evicted to make way for the base. Since then, it has become a key point for military operations in the Middle East, including wars in Afghanistan and Iraq. This fish looks like a creature from another planet, or from an underwater fashion runway. The red-lipped batfish, which inhabits the waters near the Galapagos Islands, is known for its intensely red, lipstick-like mouth. The curious thing doesn't end there. It's not a good swimmer and moves mainly by walking on the seafloor with its pectoral fins adapted as legs. The Philippine tarsier is a tiny primate, barely 6 inches long, with eyes as big as its brain. It lives hidden in the forests of the Philippines and is so rare that many have never even heard of it. Its enormous eyes are designed for extreme night vision, as it is a hunter that only becomes active in the dark. The curious thing is that its eyes cannot move within their sockets, so to look sideways it turns its head completely, up to 180 degrees like an owl. In the world of ants, most defend themselves with mandibles, pheromones, or stings. But the Myrmecina graminicola has an even stranger strategy. When it feels threatened, it drops to the ground curls up, and pretends to be dead. This phenomenon is called thanatosis and is common in some insects, but very rare in ants. This tiny crustacean literally lives inside other animals. The Pinnotheris pisum, or pea crab, settles in the gill cavity of its hosts, where it feeds on their food particles without seriously harming them, in a symbiotic relationship known as commensalism. The giant musk turtle, a little-known species from Mexico and Central America, also known as the three-keeled musk turtle, stands out from the rest due to several oddities. It is gigantic, weighing up to 9 pounds, has a flattened body, a rough shell with 3 visible keels, and if that weren't enough, it gives off a strong, musky odor when threatened. Located in Gakona, Alaska, HAARP is a facility designed to study the ionosphere, an upper layer of the atmosphere. But due to its technological power and secrecy, it has become the source of hundreds of conspiracy theories. The reason? HAARP can emit extremely high-frequency radio waves. In a vault at Yale University lies one of the most mysterious books ever found, the Voynich manuscript, an illustrated text written in a completely unknown language that no one has been able to decipher since its discovery in 1912. The pages are filled with botanical diagrams of plants that don't exist, impossible constellations, female figures in liquid tubes, and texts in fluid calligraphy, but with no known parallels. Everything we see, planets, stars, galaxies, ourselves, represents less than 15% of the known universe. The rest is dark matter and dark energy, concepts we know exist because of their effects, but which we have never seen or touched. Ryan, a 4-year-old American boy, surprised his mother by vividly describing his other life as an actor in Hollywood. He gave details about his house, his car, his famous friends. He even remembered dying of cardiac arrest. Most disconcertingly, he identified a specific person in an old unnamed photo, and researchers discovered that it was indeed a minor actor from the 1930s who died just as the boy described. In 1995, a small statue of the Virgin Mary in Civitavecchia, Italy, began weeping tears of blood in front of multiple witnesses. The phenomenon was repeated several times, and the blood was analyzed in laboratories, revealing it to be type B human blood, distinct from that of the statue's owners. Most surprisingly, a bishop witnessed one of the cries, prompting the Vatican to send investigators. In the depths of the sea lives an almost unknown creature called the sea whale, or Tomopteris. It is a type of polychaete worm that moves like a silk ribbon floating in the water, thanks to its numerous lateral appendages, which look like small fins. Off the north coast of Scotland, there is a small and seemingly peaceful island called Greenoir, but between 1942 and 1990, it was off-limits to all human life. The reason? The United Kingdom used it as a testing ground for biological weapons, particularly anthrax. At first glance, the dugong looks like a cross between a manatee, a dolphin, and a sea cow. It lives on the coasts of the Indian Ocean and parts of the Western Pacific. Fascinatingly, it feeds exclusively on seagrass, which is why it is nicknamed the sea cow. But it is related to elephants, not seals. In 2011, a Swedish team searching for treasure in the Baltic Sea detected a circular formation 60 meters in diameter on the seabed. It had steps, symmetrical lines, and right angles, as if it were an artificial structure. They named it the Baltic Anomaly. Sonar scans show a shape that many compare to the Millennium Falcon from Star Wars, sparking speculation about submerged UFOs, secret Nazi bases, or prehistoric structures. Olympus, the famous Japanese brand, surprised everyone with a collection of chocolates inspired by the planets of the solar system. Each of the 8 cocoa spheres reflects the appearance of a planet, from tiny Mercury to giant Jupiter. These delicious planets come presented in an elegant black box, making each bite a unique visual and gustatory experience. Panasonic has created an innovative robot that can wash hair automatically, offering an ideal solution for the elderly or those with limited mobility. This robot has 2 arms with independent motors that move precisely, applying shampoo, massaging the head, rinsing, and even drying the hair. In India, the majestic Chenab Bridge rises, defying heights at 1,178 feet above the river. It's the highest railway bridge in the world, but its record isn't the only impressive feature. What's jaw-dropping is how they managed to build it in such extreme terrain, a true gem of modern engineering that appears to float between mountains. The gold crest, a tiny bird native to Europe that weighs barely 0.14 ounces, is able to survive harsh frozen winters. Despite its extremely small size, its heart can beat up to 1,000 times per minute, allowing it to maintain constant energy even in the coldest conditions. The Gate Tower building, located in Osaka, Japan, is known for its unusual design, which includes a tunnel that runs through several of its floors. This unique structure allows a highway to pass directly through the building without interrupting its functionality. The tunnel is carefully integrated into the architecture, allowing vehicles to pass through while the building continues to operate as an office space. Winston Churchill Avenue, located in Gibraltar, is special because it runs directly through the airport runway. This unusual intersection allows vehicle traffic and aircraft to share the same space, creating a unique coexistence between vehicles and flights. The route temporarily stops when planes take off or land, making this one of the most unusual routes in the world. The date is the fruit with the highest amount of sugar. This small, oval fruit from the date palm contains between 60 and 70 grams of sugar per 100 grams, which represents approximately 60% of its weight. This high concentration of sugar makes it a very dense source of energy. Among the moist leaves of Central and South America hides an amphibian that looks like glass. The glass frog, or Hyalinobatrachium. Its ventral skin is so transparent that you can see its heart beating, its organs moving, and its blood circulating. Its dorsal surface is translucent green, allowing it to camouflage itself perfectly among the leaves. But its abdomen is completely clear, making it look like a lab-created animal or a hologram. In the Christchurch Cemetery, Barbados, lies the Chase family crypt, where chilling events have occurred since the early 19th century. Each time the tomb was opened for a new burial, the coffins were inexplicably moved, overturned, or stacked, even though the crypt was sealed and there were no signs of intrusion. This tiny marine animal, also known as the blue dragon, is a nudibranch mollusk that floats upside down on the ocean surface, using an air bubble as a buoy. It lives in warm waters like those off Australia and South Africa, and rarely grows larger than 2 inches. But it is as beautiful as it is deadly. Its metallic blue and silver body makes it look like a fantasy creature. No, it doesn't breathe fire, but it glides through the trees like a miniature dragon. The Draco volans is a small lizard that lives in the forests of Southeast Asia and has a unique ability. Wings formed by extensions of its ribs, covered by a membrane that allows it to glide up to 10 meters. The Piri Reis map, drawn by an Ottoman admiral in 1513, is disconcerting for one astonishing detail. It shows parts of South America, Africa, and Antarctica, but without its ice sheet. The strange thing is that Antarctica wasn't officially discovered until 1820, let alone mapped without ice, something only possible with modern radar technology. Beneath Vatican City lies one of the most restricted and mysterious libraries on the planet, the Vatican Secret Archives. It is believed to contain documents dating back more than 12 centuries, including the correspondence of Galileo Galilei, records of the Templar trial, and possibly ancient texts that could rewrite the history of Christianity or the Roman Empire. In 1981, Cynthia Anderson, a 20-year-old woman, disappeared from her workplace in Toledo, Ohio. Her car was outside, her purse was inside, But she wasn't in the office, nor were her clothes or personal belongings. The door was locked, with no signs of a struggle. Weeks earlier, Cynthia had told her parents that she dreamed of being kidnapped and that she was receiving mysterious phone calls. Fort Knox in Kentucky is famous for one thing: safeguarding America's gold. According to official reports, within its walls lie more than 4,500 tons of gold bullion, valued at over $250 billion. But that's all we know, because no one has seen the inside since 1974. A few kilometers from Venice lies Poveglia, an island that is completely closed to the public due to its macabre history. In the 18th century, it became a lazaretto, where victims of the Black Death were isolated. More than 160,000 people died there, and their remains were buried in mass graves, or cremated. The Grimpotauthus, popularly known as the Dumbo octopus, is a deep-sea creature that owes its name to the two fins protruding from the sides of its head, resembling the ears of the famous Disney elephant. These ears aren't just decorative. It uses them to swim smoothly, as if flying underwater. This giant nocturnal flightless parrot is one of the rarest and strangest birds in the world. It lives only in New Zealand and is so unique that it combines characteristics of an owl, a parrot, and a chicken. Its name, kakapo, means night parrot in Maori. It measures up to 24 inches and can weigh 9 pounds, making it the heaviest parrot on the planet. It has mossy green plumage that camouflages it perfectly, and although it cannot fly, it climbs trees with great skill. Although you may find it hard to believe, astronomers estimate that there are more stars in the observable universe than all the grains of sand on all the beaches and deserts on planet Earth. The estimated number is 1 sextillion. On the remote Svalbard archipelago, north of the Arctic Circle, lies a structure worthy of science fiction, the Svalbard Global Seed Vault. This underground vault was designed to store copies of all cultivable seeds on the planet as a genetic backup for humanity. In 2000, Zeb Quinn, an 18-year-old from North Carolina, left work to check out a used car he and a friend wanted to buy. They stopped for gas, and Zeb never arrived. Hours later, his car was found in a parking lot. Inside were a bottle, a coat, and a beret with lipstick on the windshield. A week later, someone impersonated him on a sick call to his boss. The iconic moai of Easter Island, gigantic stone statues gazing into the horizon, have fascinated for centuries. But what many don't know is that many of these moai are buried. And when excavated, it was discovered that they have trunks, arms, and even inscriptions on their undersides. In 2006, Brian Schaffer, a 27-year-old medical student, went to celebrate the start of the summer with his friends in Columbus, Ohio. They went to a bar called Ugly Tuna Saloona. Security cameras captured him entering, but never leaving. And that's not just a figure of speech. There are literally no recordings of him leaving, and all other doors were locked or guarded. His friends assumed he had slipped out unannounced, but he never reappeared. In India, the Padmanabhaswamy Temple is one of the richest on the planet. Vaults containing tons of gold, jewels, and sacred statues were found inside. But one chamber, known as Vault B, has never been opened for fear of a curse. Sweden has devised a brilliant system to encourage recycling and protect the planet. For every bottle citizens recycle, they receive cash back. This practice not only encourages bottle collection, but also benefits both people's wallets and the environment. In eastern Siberia, in 1949, a huge conical formation over 40 meters high, known as the Potomsky Crater, was discovered. Curiously, no meteorite remains, molten rocks, or volcanic material were found, but the surrounding vegetation is abnormally altered, as if there had been a massive thermal explosion. At Racetrack Playa, a dry riverbed in Death Valley, California, a phenomenon has baffled scientists for years. Stones weighing up to 660 pounds slide alone along the ground, leaving long trails as if someone had pushed them. There are no human footprints, no apparent intervention. In December 1948, on Somerton Beach, Australia, A well-dressed corpse was found, undocumented, with a strangely relaxed expression. He showed no visible signs of violence, and all the labels on his clothing had been intentionally cut off. Inside his pocket, a piece of paper was found with the phrase "tamam shud," which in Persian means finished. It was later discovered to have come from a rare poetry book hidden in a witness's car, with a strange code written on it. In 1957 in England, two young sisters died in a car accident. A year later, their mother gave birth to twin girls, Jennifer and Jillian. From a very young age, they began to demonstrate detailed memories of places they had never visited and precise knowledge of toys, rooms, and people that only their deceased sisters knew. In Brazil, the Borges family lives with 7 tigers rescued from a circus, treating them as part of their home. It all started when Arias Borges saved 2 felines in poor condition and decided to care for them personally. Did you know that tigers can jump up to 16 feet vertically? Their hind legs are so powerful that they allow them to stand on 2 legs and propel themselves with agility. This ability is key for hunting and overcoming obstacles in the wild. Cycleball is a curious sport that combines soccer and cycling, played by teams of 2 on a closed court. Players ride bicycles without brakes or gears and can only hit the ball with their wheels. In Mexico City, there's a hummingbird hospital located inside the apartment of founder Katia Toof. There she cares for dozens of these tiny birds, rescued for injuries or orphans. Did you know there are wheelchairs for fish? Although they don't have real wheels, they are small floating devices made of foam that allow them to stay afloat and swim if they have mobility issues. On September 26, 2024, Shenzhen broke 2 Guinness World Records with the display of 10,197 drones flying simultaneously. They created the largest aerial image ever seen, all controlled by a single computer. At Karen's Diner, being mistreated is part of the menu. This quirky restaurant offers delicious burgers, but with servers who insult you and argue with you. La Gruta is a magical restaurant hidden in a cave near Teotihuacan. Founded in 1906, it combines traditional Mexican cuisine with a unique ancestral atmosphere. Did you know that some modern tombs include QR codes? Scanning them allows you to access photos, videos, and mementos of the deceased. Can you imagine counting every grain of sugar in a kilo? Venezuelan TikToker Ramses did it and spent over 144 hours on the task. In the end, he discovered that 1 kilo of sugar contains 20,377.6 grains, and his feat went viral. In Zambia, there is a natural pool known as Devil's Pool, located right on the edge of Victoria Falls. Although it looks dangerous, a rock wall acts as a barrier and allows for safe swimming. The underwater restaurant Under, in Lindesand, Norway, is the first in Europe and is located 16 feet below the sea. It offers panoramic views of the seabed, while diners enjoy a dinner featuring locally sourced ingredients. Samuel, a 67-year-old man from Yakutia, has lived for over 20 years in a Siberian forest, far from civilization. His daily routine includes collecting firewood, melting ice for water, and playing music in his cabin. Balenciaga surprised everyone with the launch of a bag that mimics a garbage bag in its fall-winter 2022-2023 collection. The brand's creative director created the world's most expensive garbage bag, which sold for $1,700. The Dancing Baby, or Baby Cha-Cha, created in 1996 by animator Michael Gerard, was the first viral internet meme. In 2019, a forest fire in Indonesia turned the sky a vibrant red, covering large areas of land. The Boryong Mud Festival in South Korea is the world's largest mud festival. It is held on Daecheon Beach and attracts thousands of tourists each year. Originally created to promote cosmetic products, it is now a huge festival with activities such as mud fights and concerts. In Scandinavian countries like Finland and Sweden, it is common to let babies sleep outdoors, even in winter, as part of the Nordic nap. This habit is believed to strengthen the immune system and help babies adapt to the cold. The marble caves, located in Lake General Carrera in Chilean Patagonia, are a natural wonder sculpted by water over millennia. The marble formations create gently curving chambers and passageways accessible by small boats. In Bangalore, India, a replica of the White House sits atop a skyscraper 397 feet high. This 40,000 square foot luxury mansion, valued at $20 million, once belonged to Vijay Mallya, the king of good times. In Japan, Christmas is celebrated in a peculiar way at KFC restaurants. This tradition began in the 1970s with the Kentucky for Christmas campaign and quickly became popular. In Scotland, the Falkirk Wheel is a rotating boat lift that connects two canals at different elevations. This innovative system uses giant rotating arms to bridge an 82-foot gap between the Forth and Clyde Canal and the Union Canal. The world's fastest trash can was created by Chris Rollins, who fitted it with an engine and 3 bicycle wheels. After surviving 2 crashes during testing, it reached an impressive speed of 63 miles per hour. 4 computer science students from Kiel University transformed the main building into a giant Tetris screen. They installed LED lights in 392 windows, creating a 141-foot high screen with more than 56,000 lights. The Golden Boy is the world's most expensive burger, valued at €5,000. Created by Chef Robert John, it includes exclusive ingredients such as Wagyu beef, beluga caviar, Iberian ham, lobster, white truffle, Remacher cheese, and Japanese soy sauce. Vierleppen is a unique sport from the Netherlands in which competitors jump over canals using a pole up to 49 feet long. The goal is to cross the water as far as possible, testing strength, balance, and skill. The Cardrona Bra Fence, located in Cardrona Valley, New Zealand, is a unique attraction where people have been hanging bras on a fence since 1998. Over time, it has become a popular tourist destination, with women leaving their bras as souvenirs. In Vietnam, crossing the street is a challenge due to the chaotic, never-ending traffic. Pedestrians move forward at a steady pace, without waiting for cars to brake. A group of Swiss students created the Methane electric racing car, capable of reaching 62 miles per hour in just 0.956 seconds, setting a world record. Weighing 308 pounds and producing 326 horsepower, it is faster than conventional and Formula One cars. The Human Hoist is a revolutionary mechanics chair, adjustable in height and tilt for total comfort. Its design allows for effortless position changes, making it easier to work in difficult areas of a vehicle. The Nevis Swing in Queenstown, New Zealand, is the world's most extreme swing, suspended 440 feet above the Nevis River Canyon. It offers a breathtaking free fall and a 984-foot swing at up to 93 miles per hour. At Orlando International Airport in Florida stands the Traveler, a sculpture so lifelike it baffles visitors. Created by Dwayne Hansen, it portrays an exhausted passenger with such a genuine expression that he seems about to move. In the volcanic depths of the sea lives the volcanic snail, a tiny creature with an iron shell. Unlike other animals, it doesn't feed conventionally, but instead uses chemosynthesis, a process that allows it to convert hydrogen and carbon dioxide into energy. Impressive maneuver of the Boeing 787-9 Dreamliner. On a test flight, Vietnam Airlines pilots make it take off almost vertically over Washington. It looked more like a rocket than a plane. In 1986, Cleveland launched 1.5 million balloons into the sky at Balloon Fest to break a record and celebrate in style. But the weather ruined the party. The balloons tumbled out of control over the city. At the 2023 Qatar Grand Prix, McLaren broke the record with the fastest stop in F1 history, just 1.8 seconds. 20 mechanics moved to the last millimeter to change Lando Norris's tires. Brian Berg is the master of balance. He builds enormous structures using only playing cards. At 17, he broke the world record with a 14.4-foot tower. Li Jihao, a young Chinese man, broke a world record by solving 3 Rubik's Cubes while juggling in just 3 minutes and 29 seconds. His feat combines mental agility and extreme coordination. Mr. T. Fue is a YouTuber famous for building swimming pools in the middle of nowhere. Using only basic tools and pure strength, he transforms any piece of land into an aquatic oasis with impressive creativity. One of his most enigmatic works, a house with an underground pool, the exact location of which remains a mystery. Before every game, LeBron James throws chalk into the air in an iconic gesture that has become part of the show. What began as a personal ritual to focus has become his signature on the court. Li Longlong broke a Guinness World Record by climbing 36 steps using only his head. Without using his hands or feet, and taking only 5 seconds for each step, he defied the laws of balance. In the middle of Manhattan, there's a giant clock that doesn't tell the time, but rather shows the US debt in real time. It's called the National Debt Clock, and it shows how much the country owes. And that's all. Don't forget to subscribe for more fun facts.